都是比较进攻的。
非常进攻型，在比赛当中也可以初见端倪。同时呢，也非常的好奇，因为感觉 KO 来了 LPL 一段时间之后呢，中文进步很大，从之前的赛后语音可以听到，甚至有通过中文来参与到指挥的情况出现。那如果是在对线的这个期间，跟这个下路的 Hope 一般来说，谁会指挥的比较多呢？
LPL에 온 지 꽤 됐잖아요. 마이크 체크해서 들어보면 중국어도 점점 느는 것 같고 가끔 오더에도 참여하는데 바텀 라인전에서는 보통 누가 오더콜 많이 하나요?
그냥 서로가 필요할 때 필요한 사람이 좀 말을 좀 많이 하는 것 같고 그냥 서로 같이 하는 것 같습니다.
一般我们是两个人一起打那个参与那个对线，然后我们也是。看到谁看到机会，然后就谁主 call。
就是还是商量着来啊，两个人非常的团队，也很团结。那就期待你们稍后比赛的精彩表现，我们一会儿见。好，同样的，我们也邀请到了深圳 NIP 的上单 Solo Q， 先跟大家打个招呼吧。
Hello， 大家好，我是 NIP 上单 Solo Q。
今天你们的对手是 AL， 也是你们今年第3次交手了，但是是你加入队伍之后的首次嘛，所以你对于今天的比赛有什么样的期待呢？
今天比较期待跟佛兰岛选手的对线吧。
期待跟圣枪哥的上路的一个对线情况。那你对于自己今天的比赛有没有设立什么小目标？希望哪些地方做得比较好？
就是希望今天的比赛对线打好一点，团战多点想法。
好，那就期待你稍后比赛的精彩表现，一会儿见。
Okay, hello everyone. Just up here in the background. So I'm not going to be casting today. It's going to be Sam. I am going to I'm going to be taking a break today. Folks, a quick note for today's broadcast. Yes, the stream is on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, stream is on. Yeah, Sam's going to be covering the games today. And also, quick note, Sam and I have got some, we've got some content to be recording later with some people. So if the second series goes long, we will maybe not be able to finish that series. It does depend on things. We have to leave by about just past 3 p.m. I would say here. Now we might be able to get a taxi or something like that or whatever to make it a little quicker. But yeah, with the second series we might not be able to finish. So apologies on that. I don't know whether we can keep the stream running during that time. Might be a bit tight. If it's a 2 in the first series and the second series should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it to it.
I got you, boss.
I need to get up. I don't know. Get some clothes. Coffee? Yeah, I need to get some clothes and stuff. So
all that stuff. Yeah, go for it. Alrighty, folks. That means you're left with me, baby. Let's go. How are we all doing, folks? Hey, what's it going? Good to see you. Hey, KB. Was Alex able to get some rest? I believe he was. I was too, for the record. Good to have you all in here. We'll turn the camera on in a minute or two, but I think Al's got a couple bits sorted in the background before that happens, so that's absolutely fine. Just means you'll be hearing my voice for the moment or two. Good to see you, Mecca. Good to see you, Brack. How's life? How you feel about the new Final Fantasy cards coming out, Brack? Have you seen the Sphere Grid card and stuff yet? There's some silly things coming out there. Fine. I've said nothing. Yeah. Look, content is being done. That's all I can say. Hell yes, and I'm very excited. I have ordered a few too many of these cards, Brack. I'm not lying. But big Final Fantasy fan here. I've done very silly things with the Magic cards. Anyway, yeah, we can be as sus as we want. Well, relatively speaking, Harold's in here. See what he does to you all. Yeah, go refer us to LPL English if you have to. Yeah, something like that. We'll sort it. We'll sort it. I honestly think the first series is the significantly better one anyway. I think the second series may well be, as they say, a cluster F. And thus, we may not need that necessarily. You guys do sound re-energized. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got to take a bit of yesterday off, which was really nice. Not gonna lie. Hung out with Dagda, had a good time. Had a very good sandwich. I feel like we may want to do another command night with the FF decks. I've got them all coming, so I can play any of them, Brack. Also, there's so many elves in that Tidus deck. Or like unit deck, actually. I'll probably turn it into a unit deck, let me be real. I've seen what that card does, and it's silly. And there's like things like Seymour and stuff are going straight in my Galadriel deck. And it's a Bant land base. Hooray! I can turn it into things. Almost 100k points. Damn, son. What's your favorite Final Fantasy? Now, that's a really big question. It's probably, at this point, the 7 remakes, because I think Remake and Rebirth are generationally good. They are so good as games. They do everything I wanted out of those games in terms of, I love the combat, the music is exceptional, they are super pretty. Because the games are a little bit longer, we actually get to spend a lot more time with characters and seeing them be silly and sad and bicker and fall apart and actually do amazingly heroic things. And you get all this background stuff about going and listening to all the crowds and stuff. And I love that. I think it's really amazing. And I'm also a big Yakuza fan, right? So all the mini games and those stupid side stories and stuff, I really vibe with. So that's probably my favorite game. The other one I will say out there, though, is my first ever real Final Fantasy. Okay, my first Final Fantasy was 12 Revenant Wings on the DS. That probably doesn't count, for all that it was a really cool game. So my first proper Final Fantasy was 13, and I love that game. I really do. It's flawed, it's got some jank in it, but there's a lot of that game I really, really love. It's still my favorite soundtrack to any Final Fantasy game ever. The stagger system was awesome. It's now in all the other Final Fantasy games basically because of it. Paradigms were cool. Lightning was awesome. I enjoyed the fact that your cast of characters didn't like each other that much. They had a lot of growing to do. And actually the development of the characters across the game was really good. I didn't mind the pseudo-linearity of it, because I tried 10 and went, well, 10 is pretty much the same, except you can go back to some of these corridors, but it's the same deal. $14 is also fantastic, to be fair. It is 14 is a great game. It's very, very different. My first Final Fantasy 6. Oh, KB. What a game to play first as well. 6 is an incredible game. So, fun fact. I went to see the London Symphony Orchestra in their kind of like home venue in the Barbican in London. And they did a Final Fantasy night. Now, for £5 extra, you could pay for an hour's talk with Nobuo Uematsu before the gig. So I spent £5 to watch Nobuo Uematsu alongside the head arranger for one of the big Vienna orchestras and the lead, like the first seat violin, talk Final Fantasy music. It was awesome. Really, really, really awesome. I learned a lot from just sitting there. It was like 20 of us. No one paid for the tickets. It was ridiculous. And then afterwards, everyone came in for the concert, and Nobuo Uematsu was playing the piano for it. So he was playing all the Final Fantasy VI music on a big Nord. So he was playing all of like Dark World and all of that kind of thing. So I see Nobuo Uematsu play Final Fantasy VI for me, which was quite cool. But there we are. Let me get ourselves ready. I'm hoping if I do this. No. Where art thou, camera? That was an attempt to bring the camera up, but it has not worked. Right, where have you got, camera? So I can find it. Huh. Unless it's this one? No, that's not the one. Okay. Well, we're going into the 1v1 shortly, so give me a second while I figure out what's going on in the background. I just want the camera. Where has Alex hidden the camera? Oh, there it is. You should be on. Oh, does it just need... Is that what we needed to do? Found it. Hello, guys. That took a second. Hello, hello. Shanks or solo kill? Oh, double Aurelia? Oh, yes. We're blessed today, folks. That should be a good one. You can make the game glitch by sketching Gao in the world of Ruin. That's hilarious. That's good. Hey, Noah. Good to see you. So cool. Humble Shanks. Ooh, bow calls. Gamba says Captain Hero. Yes, there is. In the Twitch chat. You can go get yourself stuff. Neither my brother or I play for FF. He's the only reason I play RuneScape and MapleStory. That's very fair. I've only played bits of 8, 10, and 14, but I've watched a lot of Final Fantasy content. That's fair. I will highly recommend picking up the 7 remake. If you want to start with a Final Fantasy, do that one. It's super self-contained. It's a wonderful game. They will be up for Game of the Year nearly every time. Some of the best RPGs I've played. They're really cool. If you're wanting a traditional version, give something like the Pixel remasters a go. That's a really good way to start. The other thing is, if you're an MMO player, Final Fantasy 14 is very easy to get into. Like, there's the insane... There's that meme that goes around about, you know, like the getting played free to level 60, which actually kind of holds true. You can basically get 100+ hours of content for free to see whether you even like the thing in the first place. Righty then, I turn my camera over. Boop. Now I've turned it on. Let's get that volume up. Ready here. Right, 1v1. Irelia versus Irelia. Oh, this should be good. I am quite excited, folks. Solo Kill is a notorious Irelia player. What he's famous for, one of his champions. Shanks, of course, does like his kind of assassin-y champs in his own right. So it'll be fun to see how this one goes. One's going for the Frostblade, and I think, is that Nightblade Aurelia? I never do get that one anymore. Of course, Frostblade, I prefer the old version with the slight cyberpunk aesthetics. The new one is just not the same. I'm not talking the splash art. Baron Ignite down, though. Is Solo Kill, I think, is going to be really close here. Shanks! Burns out as well. No! The pot's enough. They all in at level 3, and it all goes to... Well, you can pick a word, can't you? That'll be a plate as well. Oh my days. Defiant Dance. There's still no respawn on Solo Kill, by the way. This whole wave is going, and another plate. Oh, it's a disaster. It does not get much worse than that, does it? Level 5 to level 3 should be in range for the cannon minion at least. How many Sids are there? There are 16 Sids. One for every game. Well, maybe some tactics ones as well, so possibly more than that for the record. He's got 16 different arts, Brack, not 15. I'm telling you now. He's got, because there's 16 games, he's got 16 variants. Plus a Final Fantasy VII version, which makes him a Dragoon. So actually, he's got significantly more than that. He wasn't in the original. Oh, was he not? Huh. I thought he was. Was he Final Fantasy II to begin with? In that case, I take it back. Apologies. Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward expansion, but also award-winning Stormblood expansion for up to level 70 for free with no restrictions or playtime? No, I hadn't heard that. That's incredible. Thank you for that info. Have you also heard of this incredible thing called Twitch Prime? I've never seen one, but apparently it allows you to subscribe for free. Anyone want to show me what Twitch Prime looks like? I'd love to see it. I hear it does some crazy things. There you go, Brad. Thank you for that one. Stormblood didn't win the awards. Ah, well. Sucks to be Stormblood, doesn't it? Yeah. So it is 16 versions, just... What was it? Initialize Rap God. Hey, Kazel. Almost missed the Aurelia mirror. Yeah, Kazel, it's been fun. Of course, Solo Kill is notoriously an Aurelia player. The problem is Shanks has wrecked him. Won the early trade, got 2 plates off it, got a massive minion wave off it, is now a level up. Has got an early Thornmail and is on his way towards Blade of the Ruin King, I'm assuming. Disaster. Hey, Sale, just a heads up. Basically, we don't mind you asking this is for the Twitch chat. Obviously, the things on like Inavia's YouTube and stuff are a little different because different rules over there. However, for the Twitch chat, basically, we ask people not to be going for outright betting talk, basically, in Twitch chat. Because it's really annoying to moderate. People get incredibly salty and it kind of messes up the community vibes a bit. Please, by all means, ask about the game. If you want to know about the game, you're new to the game, please ask questions about the game, but please do keep it gameplay focused. If you happen to use that info for other stuff, then good for you. However, it's just a matter of like keeping the culture and the vibes okay in the chat. We have had issues in the past, and we just went, yeah, maybe not. Is the honest answer. But by all means, ask questions about the game. If you want to understand more about the game and you find some enjoyment other ways, by all means do that. Not a problem. It's just a matter of kind of keeping a little distance there where we can to keep the vibes immaculate. But hey, welcome to the channel, by the way. Don't want to immediately ban you. That whichever way you got your first message destroyed. Hey, Grumpy. Good to see you. Shaho switched to top for one season for, first of all, topless. He was really good. He was really good, wasn't he? Turning up and playing Syndra top and winning with it. It was absolutely diabolical. Yeah, Shanks is scary now. He's got Blade plus Bramble Vest. That is an unfun place to be. 2 levels down as well for Shanks, and the passive procced for Shanks. And you can see how long he's taking to clear minions. He's doing it to keep his passive stacked. Doesn't want to let it drop. There you go. He's doing this really well. That bar has been full for the last 30 seconds, whereas Solokill's got nothing. Look at the damage! And level 11. He could dive this. He can absolutely dive this, by the way. And lands the flawless duet. Has yet to throw down his own Vanguard's Edge. Passive stacked as well. Misses his second flawless duet. I think Shanks needs to be a bit wary here. Should be fine to heal back up. Can look for his own all-in if he wants. But he's got to be wary of turret shots. Doesn't go all-in. That's Ignite and ult down. Shanks go back for the healing shrine. All right. Solokill's going to reset. Well, if you're going to reset, then why pick up the shrine? Steel cap's done. And an extra ruby crystal. Okay. Okay, Blade's at least picked. No, Blade's not picked up. Oh, Solokill's screwed. Oh, look at that bargain bucket. Shanks is in full tactical gear. And Solokill's gone to play Laser Quest. You can pew pew all you want. You're still going to get hit in the face by a 50 cal. This is rough. The dancing begins. Passive stacked. Ignite down again. This time from Shanks. Passive still stacked. It's just an auto trade. There's the Vanguard's Edge. Solo kill. Gets solo killed. His name a little ironic here. Lands a decent flawless duet. But there's another Q available. And Shanks throws up a WE emote. Don't forget where you came from, son. Morning, Katara. Hey, Trinity. Good to see you as well. So, Solokill, I still love you. And I will always love you. Ooh. Hey, folks. All of this is fine. Oh, cool. Just checking some stuff in the background because we've got some content stuff happening this afternoon, which is cool. Have I missed anything here? Katari with the 3-stream war streak, welcome back. My stream got broken at some point. No, how are we doing? Trying to at least get in stream once a day, even if I fall asleep. Oh, well, guys, appreciate you all turning up. It means a lot. It does. Thanks for coming on in. And hey, as I said, Initialise here. Nymaera's taking the day off. We've got content this afternoon anyway, so trying to balance things well. So, game 1. Anyone's Legend versus NIP. What a bit of music. Anyway, Rise, Gwen, Bandaway. Might be a rumble here as well. Going for the Lucian instead. Of course, Leave is a big enjoyer of the Lucian. On the other side, you just don't give Neferi over to anyone's Legend. It's a bad idea. Talia as well, similarly, quite strong right now. What are we going alongside it? Nico. Yeah, that's fine, but we still got Pantheon up. A few of those other globals up and available if you want to look for it. They have been kingmakers in a lot of ways this game. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your bans. Why, Monties? Why are you like this? Anyway, Rumble was up. Rumble gets first pick. Flandre happy enough to select that one in a shock to no one ever. Varus, however, is also up. That's surely then a very easy pickup for Leave. Trading some fairly potent picks. Can look for a Galio here as well, potentially, if they want that immediate counter pick into the Rumble. NIP is an acronym, which means NIPilk doesn't work because it would remain NIP. Ah, true. Ninjas and Pilkers. Ninjas and Pilk? Fizzy ninjas. Well, there's the Pantheon. NIP got some serious lockdown between Chains of Corruption and the Shield Vault. Use a global from somewhere. In fact, if they add the Galio in here, might not be a bad angle. I think the Jhin, early for Hope, probably not a bad idea. Shinsa. Try and match that Pantheon. Good skirmishing right now for anyone's Legend. Between the Curtain Call and the Equalizer. Wherever the Xin Zhao goes roaming, fairly easy follow-up with those ultimates. Big deal. Galio. There's that second global. Likely into Flandre, but it is Doumbé who does like the Galio. So it could be the Galio mid as yet. Hell, it's Doumbé. It could be the Pantheon mid. He's not done it as much recently. There's a few things to keep our eyes on, of course. Doumbé been playing a lot of Victor, a lot of Akali recently to very good success. A large part of NIP's resurgence and the breaking of that fairly significant loss streak. And Bessa off the table. Looking to get rid of some engaged supports to go with that. Poppy, yeah, there's a number of dashes there. Could be a bit obnoxious. Quite good in the early lane as an aggro pick, and Kyle is a big Poppy, enjoy it. Rel's still up. Leona's still up. Might end up trading one or the other of those there. A lot of support focus from NIP between the Nico and everything else. Also, Trinity, 20 stream streak. Damn, son. Oh, I just wanted to see the first kill, and it's a caster minion diff. It is a little. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Got a bit unlucky, but they went for the all-in, and the flip went wrong. Nautilus, I should remember that one. That one goes in. Goes very well with the Varus and the Pantheon. Your single target lockdown is really foul. Leona. Bit more of a tanky front line, bit more AoE, bit less committal engage. Is Shanks thinking about an Ari here? Mobile, good pairing with the Xin Zhao. It's a good part of a skirmishing comp, and AL have drafted towards that. The team fight's not bad, right? Good pick, good range with the artillery pieces. Ari would force you more into your 3v3s than your 5v5s, probably within the context of this comp. But it is Shanks. Might consider an Azir here. There's a bit more range. Bit more consistent DPS, but that is going to leave Doumbé an angle to just lock that Akali. So, Akali into Azir is a fairly well-known matchup. Azir can get shoved early, can get a fairly decent chunks early, but the moment you hit level 6, Akali starts to get kill threat. And that's how you start to win that lane. Side laning is always better for the Akali, and Doinby has done a very good job about managing some of those range v melee matchups as the Akali. Shanks, of course, will need to be very wary in terms of using his slide and glide. And also being a bit aware of what you can do with that Emperor's Divide as well. Okay, so I think from where we're at, NIP, really good global response range. If anyone's Legend are not ready to skirmish at any given order and not ready and respecting those globals, they could end up jumping into fights they really don't want to. I think if it turns up to 5v5s or good skirmishes, Rumble plus Jhin plus Azir, pretty scary range discrepancy to overcome. The pick, the pounce, the response time on NIP, though, is very, very fast. Do they use the globals well? Yes or no? If they don't, things get interesting. Flandre, once again, on his Rumble in the jungle. Or it's the tropical Rumble one. It's the one with the pineapples for an ult. He loves this skin. And I love him for it. Make a Pantheon swap. On to the riff we go. Let's up the volume and let the crowds yell, shall we? Big old arena here. Of course, we'll be in Shenzhen. It is NIP's home arena. There's all the Doinby signs. Very popular man. There's Tarzan as well. Again, a consistently high-end jungler here in the LPL has sometimes struggled to get the complete value in the longer term stuff. Never won a World, never won an MSI. Wondered whether we might be capable of it at points. Often had some awkward playoffs here and there as Tarzan. But I think over the last couple years, some of that moniker as being a playoffs choker has been dissipated. I think he has gotten a lot more consistent in high pressure scenarios. I say that in the last few weeks, been a bit awkward for Tarzan and Kyle, who at one point were saying looked like the best jungle support duo in the league. And kind of fumbled it a bit. Still very scary, and I think the last series helped stabilize the ship again. Outside, between the Leona and the Jhin. Fair amount of lockdown, but you are into a Nautilus Varus, and you expect that to have a lot more pressure early. Of course, Leona more tanky on her own terms with that Eclipse, whereas the Nautilus does need to hit some skill shots to, well, an auto, to get that aftershock proc and keep themselves a bit scarier in the lane state, for all you have got very good all-ins. Steps on forward, gets a staggering blow. Arrow aftershock turns out, Zenith Blade is wide, nice back step from Lead. But flash on forward for Shield of Daybreak, cleansed away, flash and turn, hope, flashing on forward, looking for the last auto! Eat fourth shot, nerd! And Leave makes like a tree and splits. PP God now needs to back away. A double kill over to Hope and Kyle. We were having a discussion, who's the best bot lane in the league? Is it Hope and Kyle? I think it might be. They have had their moments where it's fallen apart, but I think that's true of every LPL team right now. Welcome to the community, Sixacker. Hello. Have a look at that again. Because PP got stepped forward for an auto. And they think, okay, we can play this as Zenith Blades initially wide. Fantastic. We can keep stepping on forwards. But that Deadly Flourish allows him to get the Shield of Daybreak and Leave. Cleanses the Deadly Flourish and not the Shield of Daybreak. And therefore that bit of CC still comes on through. The Ignite isn't cleansed. Really nice stuff. Kyle with a wonderful snap engage there to follow up on Hope's Deadly Flourish. Right, punish down there. Early boots for the Jhin. Up 600 gold. Life is feeling pretty good here. So, towards this tier 1 we go. Knock up onto leave. He's got no flash. He's dead. Flandre's there already. Jump on forward from him with the ignite. All the rest, because Hope and Kyle have gone to the other side. Punish that bot line again. Second death for leaving the main same amount of moments. Aki was there. That was a 3v2. Oh dear. It's perhaps the answer will say. TP topside, Hope. Remember, doesn't have a flash, but it's a very slow TP because it's only 4 minutes into the game. So solo kill turns up on a bicycle, not really on a jet plane, is it there? So, game has slowed down for a second or two here. Credit for solo kill getting a kill onto Leona. Sorry there, guys, I got a bit distracted by a message. Bit of work to be doing in the background. Either way, are now in a position where AL are mighty ahead for this point in the game. 1,500 gold. Gotten the mark of martial mastery, courtesy of the early kills. Grub spawn in 2 minutes. Dragon is up. NIP are going to want to stabilize here best they can. Credit to Duembi for again staying even in this matchup. Shanks slides on forwards, gets the shield, but that's just giving Duembi an angle to go forwards. We'll be able to keep getting some autos. Could back over. Lands the shuriken flip too. Gets the flash in the ult for ult trade. Duembi just knows his way around Akali. I love seeing this man on this champion. He doesn't go for the full burst builds a lot, actually. He tends to go for longer trades with utility. Plays it super well. Bot side, though. Curtains have been called and leave. I mean, what do you do there? Sit there and die is the answer. And this Varus, the lane dominant champ that is permanently banned, is 20 CS down, 0 and 3, and all of the kills have been picked up by his opposite number. It is a 1,200 gold lead at 7 minutes into the game. If the alarm bells weren't ringing before, they are now. And this Jhin is going to be a problem. Underline it a few times. Maybe schedule a meeting or two that could have been an email. And then panic. So, equalizer topside. Grand Starfall. Solo kill, flash the shield around. They're going to try and dive this. Flandre stays alive. Solo kill dead. They finally lose Flandre. But a 1-4 is not what you want. Aki in danger. Does not have the Aegis Assault anymore. That rumble sound effect in the background really threw me for a second there. It's very entertaining. Duembi eats an auto Q and the shuriken flip. 3 seconds on the ult. He has to be a bit wary there. Grub being started by AL there because of course Aki had to back off, and that means an objective here for anyone's edges. No one's done the early dragon. Aki's coming over, but he's only half HP. I don't think he wants this. Zenith blade down. Shanks looking for an auto or so. In comes that Hero's entrance. 3-man knockup with it, but Hope's not been touched. Huge taunt after. Kyle now in danger. Duembi gets a good public execution. Lands that attempt at the shuriken flip. Knocked up by the 3. Talon strike. Tarzan held it. And Duembi goes in. And that execution was a little less than perfect. Solo kill will at least pick him up at the end of it all. What even is that? 3 for 3? Flandre wasn't there? Yeah, I want to say 3 for 3. But really good stuff from Tarzan there. You saw he stopped autoing, and then as Duinby flies in, he's going to 3-down strike this. So he comes on in, they try to pick up Aki, and they're not respecting the hero's entrance. It makes it a much more awkward affair. The shuffle was okay, but not great from Shanks. That taunt after puts them in a bad position. They lose 2, and then it's a 3v2. Tarzan here in a second does a really good job of picking up this additional kill here on a Duinby. Nice work. Really good stuff there. Hope pops another. Tarzan will fall. And that, as we said, is, I believe, a 3 for 3. Aki would respawn by that point. Messy stuff. But hey, solo kill getting 4 kills might give them an angle here. That frontline diff could be very significant. The problem is this Varus is still not a character. Hope gets more kills. Shinzao is 3 kills deep. The Rumble's got a kill. And the Rumble being a bit behind is annoying, but not the end of the world considering where the rest of the gold leads are. Galio is not a carry in and of himself. He is generally a force multiplier. You enable everybody else to do things better. Now, obviously, Duinby, that was a good fight from him. Keeps him even, gets a kill. All that's good stuff. But Aki and Leave being as far behind as they are is going to be a problem. And why did I say multiplier like multiplier? Multiplier is the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Multiplier. Don't know why I suddenly went all sudden on it. Why I do declare. My son never been that good anyway. If I was going to pick an American accent, that is the one I do that is the most generic. And I don't do it that well. It is far too character. Steady Fresh, Solar Flare, Shield of Daybreak. Into the wind becomes lightning. Turn around to Kyle. In goes Tarzan. Knock away. Kyle likely just falls into the shield vault. Now look at the Shield of Durantor. Everyone else not here in time because the globals are just faster. This is what NIP wanted to do with their comp. Another kill to solo kill. And Kyle, that was too deep. No other way around it. Can't play for the dragon now either. Bad signal is summoned. Duinby teleports in. Flandre wasn't there. Shanks wasn't there. And that got real messy real fast. They didn't even use the grand entrance. They didn't even use... Not grand entrance, hero's entrance. Didn't even use the grand staff. That's where that conflation's happened. But that was poor decision making. No other way around it. Solo kill now insanely fed on this. Garen? Gallia. Good grief. Demacia. Springs Eternal. So, still a decent spot for anyone's legend, but what had looked like a really good snowball has been stymied somewhat by the last few fights being messy, and that one in particular being very good for an NOP. Got them a dragon, got them some people back on the board. Hell, it got a kill to leave. Thank God for that. And this Galio, oh lord, he chonky. Still down 20 CS or whatever, but 5 kills does a lot to mitigate a CS discrepancy. So, 2 minutes till Herald, 3.5 Dragon, anyone's legend. Looking for a bit of an invade here onto the blue side jungle. Kyle and Tarzan linking up together. Some good wards down. Crescent Guard comes on in. Aki in danger. Tarzan doing a decent job of holding onto this as the hero's entrance and get that much value to him. Be caught on the equalizer. Vertigo has to flash away. That equalizer was absolutely incredible. And now the curtains get called. Oh no! Aki needs to run real fast. Fourth shot. It's going to be blocked by the shield. But in the middle of the air, Shanks will stick a spear courtesy of one of his minions. They're not yellow. And they aren't controlled by Groot. Maybe there's a skin in there for Shanks. But that was a brutal place to fight for NIP. Crescent Guard was exit for Tarzan, and then Flandre turns up with the teleport and presses R. Ow. A statue can't eat things, therefore he can't be fed. That is a very reasonable point. Can Galio be fed truly? He is a statue and therefore unnecessary, you know, food, sustenance is unnecessary. But you know, you can feed the soul. And I think Galio is feeding his soul with the pain and destruction he so wantonly brings upon his opposition. Nice Comet Spear there from Aki to at least get something back. However, 4 for 1 is not a good fight in general. Though, you know, Marco Macchie, I hear your point, and there's a discussion to be had there on the lack of fidelity that is shown there by Galio having that moment. But yeah, you remember when I said it was a really good equalizer? Yeah. Rumble in the jungle. Varus ult missed, didn't, but not so much damage from Varus. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was just, I mean, the Varus is miles behind, right? Herald secured. First turret was picked up by NIP, so that's good news for them. Dragons in a minute. And I think Shanks should be able to trade out on the top side at the very least. Can't get the feats of strength off that turret anymore, though. So a little annoying for Enemies Legend on that front. Gold lead back to about 2,000 or so for Enemies Legend, who secured an increased gold differential courtesy of that jungle fight. Blonde is like the only person I've seen consider to use Rumble in the jungle, and I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's just like pineapples everywhere. Hope is so strong right now. So, Herald summons, drop mid, dragon up, ults largely available again, in fact entirely available again. Flourish just chunks out here a little bit. One ward there in the banana bush doing a lot of work right now for NIP. There comes the control wards. Both teams. Dredge line just wide. PP God looking to get a depth charge onto Flandre. Grand Starfall comes on in. Looking for an angle, but that curtain call not used. The Crescent Guard was, though. That's the C ult I was looking for. Doinby shuffled away. Still in the Twilight Shrine. Tarzan about to fall. Doinby looking for another auto. Burning! Burning! Gone! PP God on the other side of this, though. Curtain's now called from Hope. Flash shot over from Leaf. Gets him out of the angle, but not before Hope finds a 4-shot into PP God. Everyone's dying. AD carries now trading out. Mano a mano. Bovie gun. And Kyle's respawned. I don't even know where to start. We ended up with 4 deaths apiece. I thought that Crescent Guard was going to do a lot more work than it did. Tarzan did a decent enough job. The problem was Flandre had to run a long, long way away, and Doinby did despicable things in the backline with Aki. Credit to NIP for making that a bit more viable. Back towards the dragon we go. Started up by NIP. We go again. 29 kills in 18 minutes. We aren't done quite yet. Ult's not up and available for a little second. Flandre now has his available. Jumping onto Leaf. Doesn't have a flash. Will die. Taken out. Kyle gets it. Dragon down to 2,000 HP. Taken by that Pantheon. But the equalizer is across 4. Flandre will die for it, but it keeps everyone accountable, don't it? You ain't leaving now. Doinby about to burn out, does so. Solo kill. Justice punching forward for the soldier sent ahead of him. Stun onto solo kill. Knocked up and knocked down. Aki gets to reset. But it's a 4 for none. 4 for 1. Of course, sorry, I apologize. Flandre did die. But the dragon was taken by NIP, so they at least get that. But that is a rough trade. And look who picked up most of the kills. You guessed it. Hope. Look again. Tarzan. Flash. Wind becomes lightning. And Leave dies. Tarzan was looking to see whether he could find an angle over the wall. Couldn't quite do it. And Dragon got taken. The thing is, Flandre comes on him with TP, throws down the equalizer. Yes, he dies for it, but it means that NIP can't retreat that way. Takes too long. The equalizer does all the damage it needs to. Aki splits. He'll get out. Solo kill does not. So, Atakan now started. If anyone's legend are the ones on the objective. It's often been the moment when NIP might turn around. That equalizer is brutal! Shanks after! Slides, glides, divides! And Aki... well, he's dead, isn't he? The hero's entrance comes on in, but what are you doing? The game is already over. Anyone's legends are the villains. And unfortunately, they're not monologuing. They've done everything before they come on over. Take a page out of Ozymandias. What do you mean? Well, we've done it all. I just dragged you out here. So you couldn't interfere. Atakan is theirs as well. Brutal fight. Poor Leave. 0 and 3 from the laning phase. Stuck on the equalizer. Shanks says he can't leave. 10, 0 and 9 now is Hope. Not sure it's a hope anymore. It's just certainty. He's feeling pretty inevitable right now with an Infinity Edge on top of everything else. Jumping now onto Aki. Solo kill gets a knock up. Crescent guard comes on down. Tarzan, audacious charging away. It's a little deep here. The globals are coming through with the equalizer after. Oh no! Tarzan finally falls, but once again the red carpet is brutal. The Met Gala was last week. And somehow they're still dragged to the party at NIP. Well, they weren't dressed for the occasion, were they? Clearly needed some fireproof clothes. Shanks TP's to mid lane. The whole squad is gone. Anyone's legend can walk it down, break the base. I don't know how aggressively they want to play this. Don't want to shove entirely to the end. It would have been a bit bold with Leaf coming up in 4, but they can at least break the base. They can get a tier 2 bot. And that is a hefty win in and of itself. 40 seconds on Dragon. Sole point for NIP if they can find a way to get to it. That equalizer is so nasty. Flandre's found a few of these in the jungle this game. Youch. Shanks after, denying the escapes. So, equalizer topside clears the wave. Dragon was secured, of course, by anyone's legend. Kyle's in the mid lane. Auto Q auto. GG's. Yeah, it does feel a little bit that way, doesn't it? NFI can't resist the red carpet. No, they can't. B always did enjoy the spotlight. Maybe this time around you ought to be avoiding the carpet. 11-0-13 on Jin. We have got 31 kills for anyone's legend in 24 minutes. This is a 47 kill game in sub 25 minutes. I know LPL's been a bit slow over the last couple years. That's a considered gameplay. This is what we all remember. Beautiful chaos. I don't even think B, for example, has played that badly this game. He's actually done quite well on the Akali in a lot of these fights. Still throwable. You're absolutely right, Labu-tailed. This shit is stupid OP. Yeah, Hope is real scary now. B used to be a bit wary. Okay, doing a decent job to run away, but the Zenith Blade after. Still has perfect execution to work with. Looking to maybe go forward. Steps to the deadly flourish. He's gone. Hero's entrance comes on in. That will be decent, but Tarzan's still got the Crescent Guard running, doing a lot of time to buy some space. Kyle, though, hit with the Chains of Corruption. There's the Equalizer again, though! Oh, it's all barbecue all day. And I feel like, no, please, I don't want more food. Please, take it away from me. The Blood Red's like, no, you will eat the barbecue. And they go, oh, fine, please, make it stop. Eat barbecue or die. And they died. Where were you when NIP was killed? I was like, no. Right. Baron under consideration. All right. Yeah, that'll do. Leave 3, 8, and 7 has not had anything resembling fun this game. Well, B did not have fun. In comes the curtain call. And the entrance is heroic enough, right? In another game where Leaf was scary or B was still alive, that might have been a decent turnaround angle. It is not. Especially as Flandre then turns in and puts that red carpet down. Yeah. Yeah, that one sucked. So, oh my god, Jin just did a third of a turret HP bar with a single auto attack. What? Oh my days. We are at 52 kills in under 28 minutes. We might have one final hurrah here. But the blood has been spilled and Korn is best pleased. Skulls for the Skull God. Blood for the Blood Throne or some such like that as I invert the call of it. Doing me to the backside, tries to go to Hope. But there is nothing hopeful about him. No uncertainty. He is inevitable. Hope turns into reality. 40 kills to 17 in 28 minutes. I apologize for the amount of blood that you are going to have to wash off your screen after this one. But anyone's legend, take the blood sports, take the sacrifice, and turn it into a Game 1 win. That was very entertaining. It was very one-sided post a certain point. But wow. Lol, those kills. Yeah, Caleb, that was quite a lot. Ow! Oh. Yeah, okay, well. I'm gonna put out a bold prediction here and say maybe Hope gets MVP. And Kyle and Flandre also had good games, worth noting. Tarzan also had some really good moments. Don't forget to like the stream. It's a free way to support our boys. Thank you for down a slapper for that heads up. Does appreciate it. Indeed, guys, for those of you on YouTube, please do throw a like out at the stream. It helps bring some engagement in. If you want to comment, it also really helps. All those things. Just if you're liking the stream, do me a favor. Hit that like button. All of those things does make a huge difference. Thanks for coming and joining us here as ever, folks. I'm Initialise Nymaera, taking the day off. We are kind of pretty snowed under with all the work at the minute, so we're trying to manage our levels a little better here and where we can. Hey, Noah, good to see you. And of course, that does mean where you can, and if you can, please do follow the channels. Please do like on the YouTubes. If you want to super chat, please do. Obviously, it makes a huge difference to helping support us here. Other side of that, of course, well, if you're on the Twitch, if you're not following, please do. The other thing is, if you do have that ability to drop a Twitch Prime or a regular sub or throw some gifts out, we've got some really generous gifters here in chat, and that's been incredible. Thank you very much for all that support, guys. I can't begin to say how much that's really, really helped support me and Alex and what we're doing. Love you all really much for that. It's really incredible support. But yeah, we do the LPL here pretty much every day. Casting best we can, bringing you all the LPL we can, especially because there is no official broadcasting. It's co-streams only. That's all we get. The community is somewhat fractured. There's LPL English, there's the likes of Kitty and Dominate and a few of the others. Cadril does some as well. But we are all over the place now. And there's no official support. There is no official funding. We're funded by you guys. It's the honest answer. So for those of you who have enjoyed this, who've got that extra £5, consider tossing a coin to your caster. Oh, viewers of plenty to those of you that are out there. I'll avoid going for the high note this early in the morning. But yeah, if you do that capability, it does go a long way to help keeping us in business, because we are doing this every damn day of the week. It's effectively our jobs. Effectively, not effectively, is our jobs. Is our jobs? Are our jobs? I should know that. English major. It is a version of that particular verb. Is our jobs? Because job is plural. Is our? Are our? Or plural? I don't know. I have to think. Like, probably is our jobs. Did I graduate with it? Yeah, I did. I have an English Lit degree, and I was an English teacher. Then I went on to a master's in game design and theory, where I did a lot of academic work alongside practical game design stuff, where I got a distinction in that. So I've done a lot of very technical essay writing over the years. I think it is because it sounds better. I initially went to that, but I had a moment. It has ruined the spiel about trying to get you all to pay me money, though. So, what can I say? Can you teach me how to English? Potentially. I used to do it in Japan. That was my job for a while. English teacher at a foreign country. Casting is the singular and the subject is jobs, so the description sure is the descriptor surely. Yeah, Mabi, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. Casting is. Yeah, so casting is our job. Well, probably the correct way to do it would be casting is mine and Alex's job, or Alex and I's job. Actually, the way it should probably work with that sentence. It's probably actually how it should be done. I think I've conflated two sentences, which is why it sounds weird. Zareth needs a roast, does he? Oh, well. Zareth, we need to have a talk. Every day you are asking to get roasted every day here in the chat in front of hundreds and thousands of people across multiple different platforms, and that it's a bit weird, dude. Like I'm all for whatever kinks you have. Not here to judge. However, you know this is getting a little bit weird now, isn't it? Yeah, there are places where more consent is given to the public to have this kind of thing happen. That's too much. Come on now. I will get hydrated, Mecha. Is this a roast or a shaming? Both. King shaming is not a roast. Yeah, well, you weren't playing into Flandre. We've already had enough roast this game. 1,000 Kites redeemed a compliment. Kites, your permanent joy and love of various players and teams and in-depth knowledge is always a wonderful thing to have in chat. Thank you for being here and bringing your love of the LPL and your background knowledge of players and their whimsical habits. It's really wonderful. So thank you for being part of the community. You're pretty damn awesome. They asked for a compliment. That's a very normal thing. You can do it. Can't believe HLE lost game 2. I didn't see. Have they lost game 2? Oh boy. That's quite significant. KT bros never change. Is that player of the game? Hope. 13, 0, and 8. 18, sorry. That's what? That is... Bloody hell, son. Right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'm gonna put some ads on. And I will... Do we have words on stream up? I'll have a look. We might. In which case, I can provide to you the iPad while I disappear. Right, let's have a look if we have it. We don't have it. Oh no, it's not up. It's fine. Okay, never mind then. I don't quite know how Alex has set that up, so I think I'll find it. Oh, that caps lock being where it is really weirds me out. Why are you doing this one? I don't want that up on screen. You can see chat now. That's fun. 1 second, guys. Let me have a bit of a play with that. I put it onto a new tab. And then... That's so weird. What? Where are you? There you are. 1 second, guys. What? There we go. Okay. So it was the correct... So not even joking. It said it was the correct tab and just wasn't updating. Problem solved. Let's go. Shush. No. Make sure I'm not giving any info away. Oh, it is there. Beautiful. Few. Make sure there wasn't a login page, basically. Have fun, guys. Back in a second while I get myself another coffee and go to the bathroom. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
把生活玩出新意，
自由自在，灵感随行。
用个性的方式画世界，
让眼界突破边界，
让远在天边近在眼前，
让每一刻精彩不再等待。 国补叠加以旧换新5折起，打开京东搜赛事预测，赢英雄联盟1000元礼盒。京东。
目前来看的话，我想给我们队伍打一个8分吧。至于的原因是我们总会在一些细节上不够完善，我们还需要继续努力。然后我们目前的打法，大家从比赛的观感上面明显能感觉到，我们的打法有了很明显的改变吧。AL 这支战队，我从网上的舆论风评来看的话，是一支非常血腥的战队吧。他们经常会做一些比较激进的决策，打架也比较凶悍。目前来说的话，我觉得遇上他们，我还是有信心可以跟他们争一争的吧，因为我觉得我们目前队伍的状态还是比较好的。具体有什么话呢？我想对他们说，赛场上面见真章吧。我听到过多音币选手给我说过的最多的话就是不要急，慢慢来，相信自己，去操作，不要怕。然后我觉得我们目前队伍需要进步的地方也是继续一些细节上的打磨吧，我们需要更加精细一点。我想对粉丝说，我们已经在慢慢的变好了，相信大家在比赛的赛场上的表现也能看得出来，所以说请继续相信我们，我们会继续加油。
我自己这个赛段的发挥，从一开始我对自己不是特别满意，开始，我觉得是越打越好了，然后跟队友的配合也会越来越好，就是，我现在是比较满意的。关于就是不管是解说还是什么观众的评价，其实我现在可以做到就是完全不是很在意吧，就是他们说我打得好，说我打得差，我都可以不是特别在意，或者说没有什么感觉，就是自己保持状态的方法就是每天多打。我们对战 NIP 的话，我觉得 NIP 就是风格特别明显吧，就是他们中单多音币的英雄池还有他的打法都是很独特的吧，就是特别要注意一下他们中单的节奏型英雄。我们连胜和连败时，我的心态其实没有什么太大的变化，就是我认为只要是一个职业选手，他就不可能不输比赛吧，就是我觉得这都是特别特别正常的事情，就是连败的时候就是去学习去改正，我觉得这是可以的。
I am returned. We're into draft. Apologies. Delayed things. Trying to get this set up, didn't I? That was the issue. I ended up being a bit late in. Apologies on that. But here is draft. We have ourselves Vi, Victor, Yorick. So, I'm going to try and play towards that side. I could use some way to help set that up. On the other side, Anyone's Legend, Wukong for Tarzan. Always a scary feat. I guess like Wukong is starting to come back into the meta a little more. But a Scion Atelier, so great front line, great zone control. Already got yourself a good global to potentially attack the Yorick. Yorick theoretically has a decent time into Scion. This deck sucks. Why aren't you playing a real deck like Mono Blue? In what context? I play Bant at the minute. But anyway, Zeri, Kai'Sa off the table. Looking at rid of some of those hyper carry options for Leave. Aki with the Vi again, it's over for NIP. Yeah, his Vi's not been fantastic, Loki. I kind of agree. Legendary and best skin on discount for a week is worth one. Oh, maybe. It's a cool skin. Is that the wolf one or whatever it is? It's quite good. And I went to get that skin for Kindred at some point. I'm lurking because I have a meeting in a bit. Hope the meeting's all right, Amber. Thinking about a Misfortune for Hope. We've already got a fair amount of Wombo, so the follow-up on the CC can be pretty nasty here. Okay. NIP, you need something to set up with the Vi, please. Leave debating a Corki. Tristana. A bit more mobile. Can deal with the Warwick, the Wukong. There we go. A little easier with the Buster Shot and the jump away. Of course, the Unraveled Earth can make your jump a lot scarier. Okay, Tristana locked in. What next then? Rel is still up. Is it just that? Poppy's up as well. Be a takeaway from Kyle. If you got to place a decent Poppy. Not that many dashes to interrupt. Wukong could get a bit messed around by it. Nico, of course. Nico, significantly scarier. And it's a takeaway from what would have been a very good Nico lane with the Misfortune. Might be forced into a Rakan here, because the Rel doesn't manage to get out of Nico super easy. And Rakan, a little bit more mobile. Can you bribe Cadwell to get a Belveth game in NLC? See what I can do, Joe. See what I can do. HLP is 1k up, 7 kills down. Lamau? That sounds about right. What a wild old series going on over there. So, for NIP, they have now got themselves very good team fight comp. Nico and Vi is good pick, follow up from the Victor and Tristana. Yorick there for a split push threat that won't really be answerable. On the other side, though, your Wombo is nasty. Wukong into Talir, into Misfortune up. For your team fight on the whole, though Victor and Tristana scaling makes that a bit of a question. Mid game, very, very strong. Anyone's legend. That will be, I suspect, the aim of the game here. Get Taliyah to 6. Use your globals of the Scion ult and the Taliyah ult to collapse faster. And set up your Wukong and Misfortune for success. Hey, the team, what do you mean, Lucian Elise? I mean, you are all about smashing lane with that combo. But did they really lock Elise support? Oh no. Let me have a look. I can't show it on stream. Sorry about that. Oh my god, they did. Okay, normal. Right. Turn the camera off. Head onto the rift. Let the crowds do some jayoing. So, NIP walking into the jungle, do and beat. On the... Oh, I don't remember. It's the one which turns you all mechanical. Oh, as if I forget that skin line name. I apologize profusely. Taliyah. I think KT might be beating HLE, by the way, guys. I'm just putting that out there. I just watched a fight. I'm going to close that now. But I think KT might just have beaten HLE. That's hilarious. Okay, Creator Victor. That's the one. Battlecast line. Correct. I think it's Battlecast Victor. It's not actually, because it had a different name. Thank you, Harold, for your insight on the skin lines of League of Legends. That's Infernal Soul. That was what I was thinking for KT. I think they might have just done some silliness there. Leave early barrier there. Let me hop on over to that screen so I can see it a bit better. It's not changed anything for you, which means I can look at the screen better. So don't worry about it. It's all fine. So it's been a good 2v1 champ for a long time, but also able to farm and ignore 1v1s. Yeah, exactly that. I also think basically between the ults of the Taliyah and the Scion and Rakan being very mobile as well, you've got a very good response timer here. And again, you're running Tristana Victor. You need time, is the honest answer. Yes, you can cheat that a little bit by having Nico, by having fire. And yes, Tristana actually does have a fair amount of early damage pre-first item and stuff. However, for my money, you are most likely waiting for 2 items. 20 minutes, not 15, right? Whereas I look at the other side, 1 item complete, Wukong, Taliyah, Misfortune, have at it. I like your voice, keep grinding. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. Not a bad sign when you're a caster. People do have to like listening to you. It is a kind of a prerequisite, I'm not going to lie to you all. Be a Scion main like 10 years ago. Hydration, yes, boss. I owe you 2 hydrations, but I've actually bought a whole new cup of coffee, so I'm quite excited. Aki is mid lane. In fact, as proof, here you go. There's the coffee. Drown, s'il vous plaît. That feels like an Expedition 33 line, I'm not going to lie. I could see Luna yelling that when she casts Typhoon. Koveffe. Yeah, that too. Well, bit of an engage onto Hope. Takes a lot of damage. Turnaround begins to come on through as Kyle will battle down. It's TP as well. Victor joining this play. Be a reset on Hope. Did have to burn that barrier. The heal down as well. P God flashed. Summoners. Some significant ones, but no death. Tarzan takes the opportunity to hop the wall, look to try and play for these Raptors. Aki's going to be there as well. Nimbus straightforward. There's a lot of the cooldowns down on Tarzan. Of course, he has Talia to help support here. And that means Aki absolutely can't queue forwards there. Sion rework was 10 years ago. I mutter into my tea as I shrivel and die. Was it that long? I suppose we are in season 15, aren't we? Yes? Yes? Oh god, I don't know. Is this season 15? Yes, it is. I'm having a moment. So that would have been season 5 when the rework came in. Season 5 was 10 years ago. Oh my god. My brain is screaming a bit here. Shanks gets jumped on, flash away, throws out the Unraveled Earth. Good orders from Leave. Doesn't rocket jump till later on. Yorick win rate against Sion isn't very good. I can see it. Sion's normally quite good into certain kinds of split push. Aki tried to reinvade onto the Raptors on the other side. Gleaming cooldown. Down. In comes a seismic shot. Pulls Aki back. Aki, why were you there? I know you want to counter invade, but there's wards. You don't have lane support. PP God's only here now. Okay, do not look at KT. Oh, don't say that. They pulled LPL. Oh, no. Tell me not. Pulling it up in the background now. Oh my god, they did. KT Baron, KT Baron. Let's go, KT. I'm excited. Mecha, why would you say that? Wait, we're safe? What is going on? What is going on? Well, Flandre doing just fine here in this matchup. The Yorick is ahead, gone towards the Cull. I think that's sensible into the Sion. You're not realistically going to get kill threat, but you can afford to just play for farm and scaling. Well, we have Baron. And then Nexus is alive. So, KT is still in this. It's fine. There are no issues. Zeus is running it down a bit, though, by the looks of it. Elder flip, baby. Oh, my God, it's going to be an Elder flip. You're absolutely right, Mabby. Okay. It's Aki again. So, yeah, like, honestly, Locke, I guess that I hadn't thought about Aki's Vi in a little while. I didn't think it was this bad. And in fairness, he's only 0-1. It's not like the game is over or anything, but I grant you this split in particular, it's been pretty mediocre. But I was like, has it historically been that awful? I mean, I always prefer him on the Wukong, right? I just watched Delight do horrible things and die. Great. Bullet time mid lane. PP God is in danger. Gets hit by that grand entrance. Damage not quite enough back. A lot of health. The heal down. No ult on Kyolo. I think that would have been a dead Nico. Wait. Hang on, is Elise going to end the game? No, they're going to respawn. Oh my god, wow, KT versus HLE is wild. Okay, that's fine. Grubs. I'm excited by other games. I shouldn't be doing that. There's a game on screen right now which I should be casting more readily. Oops, sorry about that. League of Legends is quite exciting and I'm multitasking. I shouldn't be doing that. Shush. Aki gets an invade off it. It's a bit quiet over here. That's why I'm having a chance to look, is the honest answer. We trade Grubs for the dragon. And for that invade. And Tarzan was on screen replying to the blue buff still with a steal of his own. Flandre's here going, yeah, this is fine. Reminder, that 50-second run at the Nexus. That was Flandre on the Sion. Took 4 people and lots of CC to manage him. He knows how to play this champion very well. IL, gonna put a wall down, grand entrance out. too much more seen. We started with streak. When did I miss the streaking conversation, Mecha? What? Chat, what are you on? For YouTube chaps, don't look into Twitch, chat. It is a silly place. All the cat noises in the world. A bit slower this game, hasn't it? We have 50 kills in 28 minutes last time. We got 1 in 10 this time around. Twitch chat character, we should Dr. Palaper. Oh, wait. Good to see you. That's the YouTube chat for the record, everyone else. As opposed to Anivia's YouTube chat, which is our third and final chat. Grand entrance, Weaver's Wall, looking for an angle now as PP got in danger. Flash, Nimbus strike, knock up, takes the pop blossom back, dies, and now leads up over the wall! Buster Shot is gonna have to flash right now. There's the grand entrance, bullet time just wide. Second hop this time. That is way too far, Leave. Went to go try and save support, will not do so. So what did that cost him? Flash? Flash on PP God 2, just ults, and in fairness for Tarzan, he burned his flash too, but he's now 2-0. This Wukong will be a legitimate threat, and will not be miles off that all-important Trinity Force early on here. HE will probably lose because of the yeah, and also there is a 13-1 Callista. Darkdam, I was not familiar with your game. That is a terrifying Callista who has gotten past the mid-game I don't do anything anymore spike to the I'm actually really damn tanky again now. How the hell are you going to kill me multiple times point of the game? Which is very scary again. Kyle, a little bit awkward there. It's going to be all right. Shanks clears out the wave. So, 40 seconds until Dragon. Cull's still stacking for this Tristana. But the Bloodthirst done for the MF. Important flash is missing in bot lane. Do keep your eyes on that. Grand entrance onto the Nico again. Into the seismic shove. PP God with no flash is a dead man. Surely. But wait. Flash from Shanks. Make sure he gets in range for that. Threaded volley, split apart, onto the wrong side of that. The quickness comes on towards Aki, who gets shoved onto the rocks. Shanks still alive. 2MP out of damage. Another shield with the battle dance. Kyle out of mana, but he's done all the work he needs to. Phenomenal work. PP God gets caught, and despite it being a 2v3, AL come away with it. Let's have a look at the replay again. PP God misses his Tangle Bobs, and Kyle goes, you really should not have done that. Reads the clone well. PP God then dies. It's a good heal that keeps him alive for a second or two longer. And then you're thinking that threaded volley is going to be problematic, not in range anymore. But Shank still has to flash. Manages to flash to get the last boulder on target. And then the quickness into the seismic shove, into a battle dance to give another shield onto Shanks. Beautiful stuff. Grand entrance, buffered out of by Leave. Bullet time though, because he doesn't have that W. Means he loses half his HP bar. Dragon taken all the while. And he wants Legend. Consistently playing these mid-games so much better. Last time around, some of the fights got a bit messy around this time though for anyone's Legend. There's 3 people here. Kyle needs to be a bit wary. Still got the Grand entrance, doesn't burn it. TP coming topsides. Not enough damage. There is a chunk onto the Maiden of the Mist. And it is just slower this game around. One more objective will get anyone's Legends of feats of strength. They've got Herald in now to potentially do that. That's probably not correct English, in now, but there we go. And KT may have done some silliness over against HLE. Might be worth going watching the last 5 minutes of that at some point as well, guys. That's some good League of Legends there. No more spoilers on that one. Herald started by anyone's legend. Do NIP want to come and contest this? I think they do. So, TP comes on him. Herald was secured. That's feats of strength. NIP at this point want this game to be slow. 1,000 gold, he's not that significant. He's not going away with it. No, he's been interrupted. Blondre, though, in a 1v3 may not enjoy this as his ult interrupted. Flashes away. Gets out to be familiar. Gets out. TP bot side. No, I don't think that's going to save people. That TP could be a bad time. Solo Q with the last right heal. Oh, that's annoying. They thought they had that. Can't quite secure it. Flash off Solo Q, teleport off Doombeat. It's not entirely for free. Solo Q gets out of that one just about alive. I just watched Dogdamp drop 13 plus kills on Kalista to beat HLE. I'm sorry I wasn't really familiar with this game. HLE a fraud, it is what it is. Hey, hi Sam, hi Ruby, good to see you. Crazy KT HLE game 3. I have seen. Looked like I thought Delight had done it with that Elise backdoor and then the inhibitor respawned. I genuinely thought. Elise with skittering frenzy was about to backdoor the game. Just don't think a team with Zeus or Zeka can win MSI or Worlds. Well, not like they're both world champions or anything. Absolutely not. So, this game has not the last game been. It is a decent gold lead for anyone's legend. But I think if it holds here, NIP will be okay. There's dragon spawning. Might get a bit more interesting again, as I'm imagining AL will be looking to start that one up on spawn in 10 seconds. I don't think it's fair to call Zeus 50-50. I think he's absolutely more 90-10. He has been consistently a strong carry. I don't think he's a shy archetype, right? Who often does overstep the line. I think Zeus is a lot more consistent. So I'm not sure I entirely agree with that statement, not. Don't get me wrong, he definitely pushes it. That's partly why he's very good as top lane. Well, there's the tier 2 gone afterwards as well as anyone's legend. Get 2 in mid with that Herald charge. Weaver's Wall to help deny stuff. Nice combo from them. Tristana's at least managed to come back a little bit here. Got the cold cash in. Got a turret. Okay, look, that wasn't me, Curse of Thunder. Okay, he didn't die. Doesn't count. Okay. Okay, careful of the statements. The curse coming in. What a boring game. Honestly, Peter? Kind of, yeah, isn't it? Kind of, yeah. This one has been very slow. All right. Entertainment time. What are we going to do? Let's do the time warp again. What is your favorite skin in League of Legends? Actually, you know what? Atakan started. The moment we try to do stupid chat interaction, people start to do things. No, they don't. They pull off it. Now I've stopped it again. See, this is what happens. Favorite skin in League of Legends? Why? Keena's been gapping Zeus for well over a year. I mean, Keena's probably been the best top laner, but I think Zeus, well, yes, I think it's him and, but I think him and Zeus will be the top 2 pretty consistently. In LTK at the very least. And then you add Bin into that equation. But they've been the top 3 mid tops for a long time. So I'm not sure that's even fair. And I think a lot of the T1 lots of domestic, yes, Zeus. I will say Zeus in summer last year was inconsistent. But I think that was Zeus' worst split by far. But I think one split does not a career make. And I don't think he's been inconsistent this year in particular. Though I grant you last summer he wasn't fantastic. Or at least inconsistent, right? And there was a lot of conversations about like, the fact that everyone was on different pages about how they wanted to play the game in summer. Spirit Blossom Kindred, that's a really great skin. Any Lilia skin, okay. Train Conductor On. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. JJ Viego skin, to be fair, the effects on that skin are so crisp. I really, really like them. I'm a massive fan of Cobb and Evelyn. I think that splash art alone is S tier. In comes Flandre with the ultimate. They're just doing this, by the way. NIP, got Aki over wall, Weaver's Wall there. Try and deny this, but it won't stop. Aki finding an angle with a Q ult. It's too late, it's gone. Splitting this off, though, with a potential angle to split push from solo kill. I think he gets his turret, by the way. He does. And now Shanks is TP'd up and is caught in the dark possession. I think Shanks is just dead. Has to flash. So 2 turrets, I believe. I think he got the tier 1 as well for solo kill. So Atakan for that, plus a flash and teleport off Shanks. Not bad. Missed your man being pick played and grunting. That'll be about the virus then. NIP still have no kills, yep. Look, NIP are happy enough to get to 2 items on people. Look what they've done that. Tristana, 2.5 items. Victor, 2.5 items. Yorick, 2.5 items. They can now officially pull the trigger. They're only 1,500 gold behind of that. This is a playable game state for them. In fairness, no, it's Sam at the minute. Alex is resting, so it was me. But yes, my take was I disagree, basically. I think Zeus has been one of the top 2 top laners in LCK for several years. I will say his summer last year was bad. split anyway, right? But I do not think a career that makes and a bad split does not a bad career make. I remember Keen having a bad split not so long ago. And I actually think Zeus has largely been the best top player in the world for the last 3 years, with contention from people like Keen and Bin. But I think on average across that time, he's been the best. In terms of performance at multiple levels of play. Though I'm happy to have a conversation about people like Keen and Bin, who I think are your other contenders there. But I think to say he's 50-50 is, at least for my money, not accurate. Last summer, I would have agreed. Right, from 40 kills to 4, I know. Enjoy him, what did you do? What did you do to get yourself what did you do to get yourself timed out? Forgot about Katie Grag's best girl for sure. Katie Grag's and Lilia Fav. Oh, good. Okay, enjoy. Yeah, you deserve your timeout. You've done this yourself. The bonk hammer has come out. Deservedly so. It's silliness more than anything. Not the timeout is entertainment value mostly. Flandre has face checked here a little bit. That's not so much entertainment value. The Dark Procession a little shy, but the Decimating Smash comes on down. Dragon started down to 4k HP. Kyle zoned off a little bit there by that gravity field. And Dragon is secure. No real way in. Now if the digital angle in is Kyle looking for the quickness in the backside. Doesn't really get that much value and dies. PP God turning around, but gets death in turn. 1 for 1. Flandre split off. Doesn't have ult. Will have flash shortly. Throws up his own Soul Furnace. Caught inside the Dark Procession just about. Tarzan looking to potentially come over. Has a Cyclone. Flandre will need to flash. Potentially get on out to safety. But the bullet time on the other side is brutal. Cyclone comes on down. But they've killed off Tarzan. Not enough damage. Nearly flapping on forward. Hope trying to push it. Sidestep on the seismic shove. Solo kill lands the Morning Mist. Flash for the Dark Procession. NIP. Phenomenal team fight. Lee puts down 7k. Split up. Can't find the pills they're looking for. Think with the Cyclone up and active, they can blow up the backline. They sure as hell cannot. That is a 3-item Tristana, folks. You said, yeah, we wanted to wait for 2+ items. They waited for 2+ items. And now Baron's in their eyes. Well, that makes things interesting, doesn't it? So, Kyle just didn't find the best engage there is the honest answer. Flandre gets blocked up in the Dark Procession. Honestly, solo kill had a really good fight on this Yorick. Some really clutch Dark Processions. A lot of Leaf's damage basically comes from autoing a Scion for a solid 30 seconds. Decimating Smash only hits the Maiden of the Mist. Tarzan goes in. It's a really good Zhonya's from Doinby. That would have been a very dead Victor as well otherwise, but actually he keeps most of his health bar alive to ignore the bullet time, ignore the first tick of the Cyclone, and leave sidestepping that seismic shove means after solo kill lands that Morning Mist, a flash for the Dark Procession, and the last rites is really good work. Very close team fight, but some clutch moments there from solo kill, from Leave, and Doinby Zhonya's activation. Great stuff. He got in danger, knocked up, dies. He's got very deep for this. Shanks now goes golden himself. The bullet time interrupted, doesn't quite get the kill. turret secured by the minions elsewhere. Shanks just about survives. My days, that was close. Hope wanted to stand and deliver there, but just couldn't stick around. Solo kill. Now getting the split push angle on. Just bonk, bonk, bonking away. Looking to turn this one around, and they kill off Lee, who takes Hope with him. Nah, that's foul. That'll be a split push broken, so other Doomby. It's got the Zhonya's active. Flandre no ult, but Doomby needs to run away. Does not have flash. Aki coming on down. They don't want to overchase this into too much darkness. Kyle gets chunked very low by that Hextech Ray. Doomby beginning to put out a lot more damage now. Step on forward, Decimating Smash goes golden on the seismic shove, and the Decimating Smash can still get knocked up by the ultimate though. Gravity Field is good, jumping on in, trying to get some value on the Doomby, who's getting knocked up again on all the sides. Shanks is not there, doing damage, killed off the other mid laner though. PP gone with the rocket belt, doing some work there, flashing out to safety. Aki not quite in range for the Q, he's now in range of Tarzan. Solo kill, trying to play this one out, goes with the warrior trick, trying to get the ult, they're not back on the Q, can't quite get Aki, who gets so nearly. The red buff is there, Maiden of the Mists. Helps bring that one down. A final Vault Breaker cracks Tarzan's code wide open. Why are LPL Yorick's just teamfight legends? Really good Dark Processions, really good Morning Mists. If you can use those two abilities, you can teamfight. If you're relying on getting into melee range to do damage, then don't play the game. Or don't play Yorick, rather. Dragon did get taken by NIP. No soul for anyone's legend, who have now fallen a long way behind this game. They were asked to spike in the mid game and didn't do so successfully enough. Leave is now a 4-item Tristana, 3.5-item Victor. We've already chatted a lot about the Yorick, who's got a Jack show now as well. Oh boy. MF's gone towards the rapid fire cannon, and I get it. Struggling to stay safe from the range discrepancy and the potential pick. Allows her to potentially get some of those impure shots off. They're not called impure shots anymore, are they? They are love taps. Aki, 1-3-2. Not really been his game, has it? Still doing okay here at this point. Tarzan, though, at 3k ahead on this Wukong. Could still be an absolute menace here with the GA, with the 3 items in total, with that level 16 Cyclone. There's your X Factor. The problem with the way Hope is built, especially into things like a Jack Show and a Thornmills, there's no Lord Dominic's Regards coming anytime, so he's played a little bit more for utility and safety. And that's fine-ish. Is that a Buster Shot? It was a Buster Shot. Kyle ate a lot of his HP bar for it, though. Solo kill glow up from last year needs to be studied. I mean, I think that EDG squad was a bit of a disaster. I'm not sure it was ever going to be the best look at what players actually wanted to be. They're going to try and collapse on this one. Could be a lot of damage onto Solo kill. Throws up the Dark Possession. Flashing away. Redemption comes on down. Made in the Mist doing a lot of work. And they've split up. And that means Shanks is in so much danger. The Ghoul's coming on down. Needs to be very aware of the last rites. He has to survive. They do kill down Solo kill. 50 seconds on him. Baron is taken for it. They're going to try and get people picked off at the back end of this. Can't find anyone resetting up in an awkward position. Doomby gets out as well. So, one of the Barons tonight can invade onto the red buff, but it's still going to be Baron to NIP. So on the whole, a big win for them. Do I think the game ends soon? Depends on how this Baron goes. If Baron doesn't break the base, then no. I think we're at least getting a soul fight. theoretically, NIP could put a lot of pressure down here, but they end up having a lot of their wave shoved out against them. They did lose their Yorick, so they've got to be a bit wary. Yorick now can come back out up on the board, rather. Might be an Eldigan, maybe. Depends on if this dragon goes to anyone's legend or not. This dragon fight will be deciding it, I think. If it does turn into a fight, right? There's a world where people just say no. Aki. Wanted to try and interrupt that. I don't know whether he needed to, honestly. I suppose his solo kill was around. Ult away. Not that long a cooldown this late in the game. Yeah, NIP are a significant amount ahead here. They're 6k up. Yeah, gold is the corrector. Yeah, they're in a good spot here, right? Like, NIP should win this game from this point. The question is whether they do it on this Baron, right? They get the Baron, but their waves were Giga shoved as a result of what anyone's legend did elsewhere on the map. They've not really managed to get any structures out of this Baron, so it's not a great Baron power, but it's only 1,000 gold, right? They've got a minute left on it. 45 seconds on the dragon, and as far as anyone's actually concerned, this is a bit of a nothing Baron. Tarzan now looking at PP God and Leave. Weaver's Wall. PP God now going to get slowed down by that moment. Doesn't have that much to turn around. Shanks goes golden. Pop Blossom goes wide, trying to jump on a PP God. He goes golden himself. Gets the Buster shot away to the backside. Aki's in danger. Oh my days, anyone's legend so desperately low. Flanger now coming on in. The turnaround is brutal. Bullet time is solid. There's just not enough damage. Leave hops on forwards. He's got the bomb on top of him. Kyle's going to die. Leave gets to hop again. There's that dragon we were wondering about. I thought they picked up PP God. Great Zhonya's usage. And that Buster shot damage. Unreal at this point. That probably is game now. 5v3 with Baron. We're going to game 3, I think, unless anyone's actually can hold here. Decimating Smash on the wave. 20 seconds. be forced to back away by the slow. Okay, NIP, they don't overforce it. They'll turn back for Dragon instead. Okay, base broken. Dragon is theirs. Reset, look at the next Baron. Good work from Leave there. They wanted to come fight that dragon. I don't blame them. Thought they'd found the pick onto PP God, but has the Zhonya's activation. And Leave just gets to do so much damage. So, minute and a half until Baron. TP him. Back to the base. They want to help defend this. Hope's finally building towards the last Whisper. Can't be miles off it. It's a 5k gold lead though between the 80 carries now. Leaves just picked up so much gold. I don't think Hope's played that poorly. Struggle to find the big bullet times though. And that's proven problematic. Doing beginning 110% from this budget roster? Yeah, I think so. I think Leave is also better than people thought he might be, and I think PP God's always been solid, just inconsistent. My questions were more about jungle top. I think Aki and Shanji had a lot to prove. Shanji didn't. Aki, still questionable, but kind of fine for now. Serviceable. Well, I think very clearly, B and Leave are the carries in this squad, with Solo Kill kind of providing a nice X factor. Here we go. Nice attempt to pick on the PP God. He does have to flash. Weaver's all down. Flash blown on an eco. Not bad. Especially with Baron now starting. Okay. The Yorick's going to try and split push. Shanks will have TP. He might be the one tasked with returning. They're all resetting. They've got enough wards down. They want to keep clearing these waves. That was the ward that they spotted things out on. Mega blast cone to punish that. Can't quite get the second knockup. Aki. Ult from Flandre. Didn't want to stick around and eat damage from Leave. Don't blame him there. Solo kill. He's going to be left alone with this turret, guys. Okay, doesn't stick around. PP God is the best player of all time. Bold call with the aware. Clueless. Sorry. Enjoy him. Bad mech. What did Mecha say? How about don't stop and then put it together? Oh, wow. I don't know, I haven't worked out that for Alex and Vampire. Very true. Baron was taken by NIP again. Third Baron for them. TPM. NIP now going to be able to try and force this really hard. If they don't win on this Baron, got to question what's going on. Really? They have all the tools they need. PP God's in danger, though. No Zhonya's for him, but the damage back is pretty good. Doinb in danger. Needs to go golden himself. Kyle flashing on out. Looking again to the backside. Doinb is down. The bullet time finally solid. But Aki will pop him with the Vault Breaker. GA about to fall. Does so. PP God low. Flandre trying to play frontline. A solo kill. Begins to bonk and pull back. Aki dead. Health bars are pretty awful here for NIP. For anyone's legend, I apologize. But they kill off two. Jungle. Mid. Gone. Redemption buys some time. The clone gets knocked. Leave. Hit with a decimating smash. But he's still damn scary. Hops on in. Forced to flash out of the ground entrance. Does so. Gets to keep popping. Leave. Untouched. Unhurried. Not in his lane. Causing violence and despair wherever he looks. Down to 20% HP. Flandre stepping on forwards. Decimating smash to interrupt this rocket jump. That's the GA down. Tarzan can look to come on forwards. When's the Cyclone? Not up and available. Another knockup. They're going to get Leave the Buster shot. Keeps him alive. Leave is playing out of his mind. But not before Flandre will roar with a flash on him. Solo kill though. Very scary. Tarzan hit by all of the grubs. Needs to run away from the pandas. The scariest pandas you ever did see. Every inhibitor broken, but somehow, oh no. Anyone's legend is still in the game. Soul is nearly surely NIP's, but the game doesn't end. And that, as far as anyone's legend goes, is a win. They are holding on by the skin of their teeth. But they are in it, make no mistake. Damage forwards, knock up onto the other side. PP God goes looking, and Kyle is gone. Hope's trapped in the dark procession. They went to fight this. Trying to kill down Aki. Solo kill flashing away. Tarzan doing his best work on that Wukong. On the other side, Flandre's kept people away. Where is Lee? Not here. There's minions in the base. They're on the Nexus turrets. They can't stick to end. They have to come back. Shanks had to leave. Has no teleport. Can they take the dragon? I don't know if they can. Don't be so low. PP got not exactly healthy either. Decimating smash. There's no smite, and Wukong is here. Can get into the pit. He's gonna make a smite for it. He's gonna steal the dragon. He does it. Capsule. But oh, look at the base. It's a disaster. Knock up from Flandre, but he's going to die here surely. Decimating smash. Maybe bring one with him. Trying to get close enough to PP God, but he's being slowed down. Decimating smash underneath. He steps away from it. Step on forward, rocket belt away, PP God dancing. Specifically on Flandre's grave. It was a slow game to begin with, there's not anymore. We're 44 minutes deep. Tarzan traded life for soul. There are no Nexus turrets, 3 minutes down. And you're 3v5. I don't know whether Capsule is worth this, folks. 25 seconds on Tarzan, 40 on Flandre. You've got a full build Shanks, In they go. On to Doomby. He's got golden. The X-Tech Storm comes on down. Arcane Storm, I think is the actual term of it now. Gerald of the Arcane doing some work. Chance being burned out. Weaver's wall to keep the minions away. Oh my days. Aki's going to have to come around the back end of this. What is going on? All right. All right, all right. 2 minutes on most of the inhibitors. Flunberry's up in 10. To the Nexus they go. Shank's big attack. Oh, look at he's gone to the dark possession. Goes golden. Doomby surely dead, but the game is over. Doomby pops off. You can see the elation there. We are going to 3. I don't really know what to tell you, folks. What an obscene endgame. Well. 2 very different games. Still very entertaining, though. Let's drop the volume. Hey, folks. Initialise here. We're here live on Nymaera's channel. Nymaera not here today. He's taking a bit of a break. We've got content this afternoon as well, so lots of work to be done everywhere you care to look. Thank you all for the follows and the likes and the comments over on the YouTube. It does make a huge, huge difference. Thanks for coming and looking after us all here. Really do appreciate it. We are casting the LPL off our own backs, co-streaming it. There is no longer any official broadcast. The LPL English is a co-stream only for LPL right now. And that means we are relying on all of you back home to keep us afloat. This is effectively our day job, so we are really relying on all of you back home to support how you can. If you do have a Twitch Prime sub, remember you do get that free sub with Twitch Prime, consider dropping it here. It really does go a long way to support us. For those of you who've got that extra £5 or whatever it is wherever you live, please consider dropping out here as a subscription as well. Makes a huge, huge difference in terms of our ability to keep bringing you LPL. And if you do enjoy this and you do want to support the community, consider doing that. It really does make a huge difference over on the Twitch channel in general. In short, subscribe, folks. We'll love you for it. And I promise you it goes towards a good cause, namely keeping the LPL up and running. Makes a huge difference. People have been shitting on NIP lately. Oh, and they did go on an 8-game loss streak, or 8-series loss streak, remember. It wasn't pretty. They are still kind of on the upward swing, though, with the replacement of the top lane. Feeling pretty damn good. That one was a fun game. Good stalling from them early. Didn't let themselves get too far behind after some of the early kills went home. Hello, Sam. Where is your equally handsome brother? He is taking a bit of a break this morning. We've got stuff on this evening, and he did yesterday because I was doing some lunch stuff with various other people. So ended up kind of trading on out here. Aki did very little this game. Didn't need to. Hope. That's the issue, isn't it? This Misfortune did not get to ult this game, really. You're doing half the damage, effectively, of your Wukong. It's a rough time. This Misfortune did not get value in the team fights. Oh, we need to... Yes, we do need to do a new podcast. The honest answer is we've been a bit fried. We'll try and do it maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Might be the best timing for it. We'll have a bit of a conversation about it. Can't do them tomorrow, parents are here. When do they turn up? Not sure when their flights are. Whew. 12 also. Okay, so probably not then is the answer. feel just tired watching this game a little bit. Oh, imagine watching LPL to cure your blood pressure. Ha. Except there's a recall, obviously, then report him for griefing. Amber actually does things IRL. Yeah. She is indeed. Is this still the first series of the day? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Get some hydrated. Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'm going to run some ads. Tell me who the MVP was. And I should probably bring up the iPad while I'm doing it. There you go, guys. Play some words on stream for me. Let's see who the MVP is. Watch you. Ah, solo kill on the Yorick. He did become a bit of a split push menace. I might have given it to Leave. Though we did have that one really good team fight on Yorick. Right, let's go. Let me go get myself some tea and go from there. Drop on the PC I have on the chair. There we go. Sorted. Back in a second, TK. What?
业的猎手，更是夜拍的高手。OPPO Find X8 系列夜景人像神器，夜拍超清晰人像 MVP。TCL X11H 领耀 QD Mini LED 电视，纯净画质，细节尽显，细腻光影，丰富明暗细节，典藏级影像体验。TCL
皇冠战马，更受中国电竞用户喜欢的能量饮料，更受年轻人喜欢的中国能量饮料。中国电竞，当然有我，有能量，当然战马。
근데 인상 깊었던 부분은 그냥 전체적으로 다 한 곳을 좀 많이 바라보고 하는 게임 스타일을 좀 많이 좋아하는 것 같아서 그런 부분에서 좀 인상 깊었던 것 같고, 상대가 잘하는 점은 약간 정글이랑 미드랑 서폿이 되게 다 같이 합동적으로 한다는 거인 것 같고, 주의해야 될 점은 마찬가지로 정글이랑 미드, 서폿 움직임을 최대한 맞추면서 같이 싸워야 될 것 같습니다. 일단 상대 바텀에 인상적이었던 거는 그냥 루시안 밀료나 루시안 나미로 되게 상대팀 카운터 치면서 좀 많이 활약하는 장면이 좀 인상 깊었던 것 같고, 좀 상대 바텀이 좀 뭐랄까 잘 안 나오는 픽들을 좀 잘 소화하는 것 같아서 거기에 좀 중요하게 생각해야 될 것 같고, 저랑 호프랑은 전체적으로 팀을 좀 편하게 해줘야 되는 부분을 좀 더 키워야 될 것 같습니다.
最近 IP 比赛嘛，然后我自己的感觉应该要在6分以上吧，因为赢了几把，然后我们游戏内容也还行，就可能我自己个人失误会多一点。然后原因的话就是我们英雄储备更多了吧，然后阵容也更多了。我觉得 AL 这支队伍可能是联赛里面运营数一数二的队伍，他们运营很厉害。然后我们要注意的是跟他们交换资源的时候不要亏。然后想对他们说的就是我们最近状态也还可以。我觉得塔赞是一名比较全能的打野选手吧，他就是操作啊、意识方面都很顶尖。然后我自己对上他的话，还是要把我自己的失误减少一点吧。拿到野核英雄可能更多的要注意野区吧，所以会看起来比那些食草的英雄要更注重野区。然后现在生态的话，可能就是潘森跟赵信排在 T0吧，然后后面的就是根据阵容去选。
We're back. Hello, folks. How do we do? Perfect. Oh, not bad, guys. iPad time is over. Now, it's time for the orc. Yoink. Hello, folks. Hope we're doing alright. Dragon for next finish in the NLC last night was crazy. Yeah. Why is Leave not the MVP? I feel like he did very well in the late game fights. I'm a little surprised it wasn't him myself, honestly. I thought he played a lot of those fights very well. Well, I think Solo Kill did some quite cool things in team fights too. Hey, is what it is. Not entirely a versus Solo Kill, but he would have been my second choice, not my first. But into draft we go. Lucian Gwen Band. You're back on the blue side. Ooh, I'm spinning around. I didn't want to do that. Well, there's our bands. Lilia, at this point, I think it's probably quite sensible as a ban. You don't want to give over the Rise. Of course, Do and Beat is a big Rise player, but we're in the first pick option. And again, the Perma, Tarzan, Kanafi ban. Nefiri ban, though, I think, as we've already made the joke before. Kanavi, also an exceptional pilot of that champion. Poppy is a first pick option. Okay. It's very good for Kyle. Flandre plays it. I think Tarzan might have played it once or twice too, if I remember correctly. What if Sam's actually Alex in a wig? Yeah, maybe I am. Who knows? Betting a Zeri, and we'll get it. And a Nocturne for the double dive. Okay. Alright. Aki does play this. One of his better options. Again, Jampal's sometimes been a bit questionable. He's always been a good Sejuani too, of course. Back when he was an OMG topside specialist. Used to run with the double melee solo lanes pretty regularly. So that leaves Solo Kill and Do and Beat up to something a bit more nefarious. Taking the Silas away here, I think then becomes quite sensible. Do and Beat could look towards something like a Yone. I won't say he's been a Yone I've always loved seeing. Chase, probably for Flandre. And the Silas. Okay. Strong top side of the map now. It's a good takeaway from Do and Be and the Silas. Don't have that many melee options left. Lightning Crash, not awful to steal from Silas. He can find his way in for a big AP empowered ult. Glacial Prison also decently strong here. Ambessa. It does become a decent option here. Good pairing with the Sejuani. Good follow-up as well, right? We've got a melee synergy and the ability to follow up on the ult with your own ult, so works both ways on that front. So, Ezreal banned now against Hope. Lulu banned away from the Zeri. I'm going to ban something like the Nami or the Milio here as well. I wonder whether Hope and Kyle might look at a Lucian Nami themselves, actually. Run punish the Zeri early. Can't Jhin, can't Varus. Alistair the ban would have been good front line. Good Milio angle here. Let's get rid of another enchanter. Has Rel been picked? No, maybe it has to be a rel ban's the other thing then. Yumi, of course. Yeah, that would have been, it's always a good pairing with the Zeri. Sometimes Zeri can leave enchanters behind, not so with the Yumi. Karma is an enchanter, gets you shove. Not awful, not the best pairing with Zeri, but the work there can be done. Hope debating a Kai'Sa. Try and survive and scale well. Kallista's up and available too. Samira would be fun, but I think a little challenging. Kalista Renata. Okay. Fight fire with fire. Kalista should be stronger than the Zeri early. Karma should get shoved into the Renata early. Means we've got a knife fight in bot lane. Locks that Poppy into the jungle then. Is that Karma mid? They're going to flex the Nami into support. Double enchanter for Zeri. Double enchanter for Zeri. Is that where we're going? It is. I wondered about the Milio. Okay, so. Doomby's going to run the Karma mid. Awful ult for Shanks to steal on the hull. You get limited value depending on what you pick. And the AP scaling on Karma are passable, but not super, super great. Toll Flare's alright. So, double enchanter for Leave on Zeri. Leave has had a very good last few games, last few series. If they can get again to 2 items, Zeri is going to be a problem. They managed it last game. I wasn't sure they would. This game around, Anyone's Legend are basically saying, we will brawl early, 1 item, 10 to 15 minutes. We want to be taking over the game as much as we can. We've got Poppy, Kalista, Renata, Jace is shoving topside, priority, play through bot, smash the game. That has to be the end. Some dramatic strings music in the background. Game 3 decider between Ninjas in Pajamas and Anyone's Legend. First game was a bloodbath. Second game, a lot more considered until the hysteria of the late game. This time around, 2 very different drafts. Early game skirmishing, brawling. From the side of Anyone's Legend for NIP. Double Enchanter. And a Zeri. Crowds, what you got for me? Strong yelling skills as ever. It's a very powerful draft that AL got given. It got given its 3rd game. NIP Jayo from Qatari. Who are we supporting here today, chat? Multiple chats. Qatari very clearly on the NIP hype train. I love all the pro copy pasta in LCK chat. It's very entertaining, isn't it? So, Anyone's Legend. Their task is clear. Smash early. Smash 1 item. Use your Poppy, Kalista, Renata to go brawling and break the ankles of NIP. You should be able to fight the priority bot. Earn it top. Not so much mid. Karma will likely have shoved there into the Silas, so you won't have a lot to say. Tarzan will spot out the wolves going down, but be able to steal away the Grump. It's a little delay, but can now look for a potential dive here. How aggro do want to play? They've got bailout. Flash from Leave after a flash from Kyle, but that means Leave with no flash. Eats a Pierce trade. Oh, baby. Heal on PP God could make that one interesting. They are going to look for this. Here we go. Leave needs to be wary. Throws out the old truck laser. Doesn't really get it. Tarzan decides against. Aki's coming down now as well. Took his red buff. Comes back around. Why have I got bro levers in my Twitch chat at this point? You're in the wrong region! Wrong region! Umbrodax! I'll highlight it as well. Oh my days, guys. PP God gets hand shook. Spears come down. Milio's got a cozy campfire in the form of a pond, which is, don't get me wrong, somewhat ironic. Not a very good place to have a fire. But who am I to judge Milio's mysterious ways? Oh, goes looking. Can't quite find it. Tarzan's here. They got bailout in a dream. Remember, leave no flash. Cozy campfire's out. Buckler shield comes on down. Shove into the wall, into the handshake, and gone. Clean dive. Tarzan went to go look and see if there was any camps respawning. There weren't. Of course, Tarzan has given up, like, his entire jungle for this, by the way. Gonna get the respawn on camps here. He knows he's getting stuff traded out, so that's kind of fun. In fact, that'll be the higher level camps, actually, so slightly more XP on that. So not the end of the world. So I think it's more gold too. Forget exactly how it works. Dragging up. No one's going to run for that one as yet. Tarzan didn't stick around for the Gromp spawn, so it just ends up being a camp for camp trade on that front. Going to be down, what, 3 camps-ish? Not the end of the world here on the Poppy. Your work in many ways is done. Getting that bot lane well ahead of curve. They needed to be. It was the aim of the game. The power of 2 monitors. Oh, yes. Watch some good games at the same time. Aki. Down here in this bot side, clearing out some wards. Cullen for leave early. I think that's probably sensible with the way this game state's going. Should have an idea that this Sejuani is still around. Prevents Kyle and Hope over-shoving here. Tarzan is also here. Fighting continues to be a little bit absent so far this game. Aki now being jumped on mid lane. Shanks jumping onto Doomby. He's got a Empower W courtesy of the Renewal. And now we find ourselves with Dragon spawned. Anyone's Legend looking to push into the enemy jump. Put some wards down. That ward there over by the Gromp actually very sensible to help try and keep Leave alive. Oh, the handshake! Kyle with the read! They don't want to dive under the turret. I would have debated putting the bailout on and hunting for that. I won't lie to you. Not against it. At least going to have the back, though. And PP Gods now kind of kept away from this lane. This will be a play. Be a wave lost. Won't stay for the plate, though. Control wall put down. So, Aki now onto this dragon. Not a real contest, I don't think. I think they're probably more interested in the grubs right now. Can I try and interrupt here on to Doinby? Yep, does. So hand shook. Oh, Doinby. It's alright. Got a Defiance. It's alright. Is it Defiance then Inspire? I forget which way around the Mantra abilities are on that one. On to the grubs we go. Tarzan takes the first one. Squad's here to help with the rest. Tarzan actually leaving this. They want to dive. Okay. Solo kills up here at half HP. Overcomes the Milio. Does have level 6. Makes him a little harder to tango with. They get a charge into the wall, into the knockup. Flashing forward into the handshake. Does not save them with the ult quite yet. Warm breaths of life keeping them up and available. Leave. Stays alive in the mid lane as well as the lightning crash was stolen. Flash from Kyle. Flash from Tarzan. Only the ult heal from PP God. Bit much. All the while, the fighting now continues again. In goes Kyle under the turret. I don't know how much they want this. I think that's just a dead Renata. No, the heal comes on forwards. No ability to follow up. Solo kill, no ult. And so, heal pop. Flash down from Aki. Bit of a perplexing moment, all things said and done. Into the mid lane, we see what happened there is both ults traded. Shanks can't quite find the entirety of the all in there, but nice attempt at it nonetheless. Leave. Good job coming back. Somehow ended up with more farm than Callista. Was down 15. I think some roams from Hope towards the grubs and that attempted play onto the turret ended up costing more of a wave than I think he was hoping for. Can look on to leave here. Has got Flash and Barrier, but PP got there with the super mega flare kick to knock away the Poppy out of her charge potentially. Dragon in 3. Not really the aim of the game here, I don't think, from anyone's legend quite yet. They'll want to start stacking those, I have no doubt. Because again, it's been a quiet early game, and you are playing into Zeri with double Enchanter. I am going to need to see anyone's legend begin to snowball a bit here, or it's going to get a little dicey as the game goes on. Quietly, though, I'll note that Flandre, we've not really looked at, has managed to get a significant lead over Solo Kill. Part of that was, of course, some looks in at dives a couple times. Meant that Solo Kill has been a bit wary about picking farm up under the turret, and that's been a bit problematic. But even so, a 30 CS lead is a big deal. Plus a couple plates. Dragon happily secured there by anyone's legend. Sorry, not by anyone's legend, by no one. It's not up. What am I doing? I had a blind moment. What am I talking about? Just said a sentence from League of Legends. Spreading misinformation on the internet. Who does that? Words happen. Streamer. Yane. Don't worry about it. Well, TP to bot side. Solo Kill picks it away, but needs a shock blast for it. Minute until Dragon, then we might have someone take it. Leave. It's a bit of a nasty chunk there from Hope. Who I think is going to want to reset, I think, probably for first item soonish. Can't be miles off Blade of the Ruin King. Grom secured, Tarzan when looking for it. So, 30 seconds on that dragon. PP guard spots out the ward. Reset's now coming on through a little late. Perhaps there for the Poppy. Sundered Sky was picked up though, so valuable. Callista, I'm assuming on this reset will be very close to first item. She's not there already. In fact, let's check it out. Cole's got cashed in. Up at Zeri ahead of the game again. Not quite Blade of the Ruin King. Oh no. That's problematic. Hope's going to go to mid lane, pick up this wave. He's only got to be a couple hundred gold off this Blade of the Ruin King. Started up by Aki. Tarzan's around though. And thank you, Grumpy, for the gifted sub. Appreciate you doing that. Just in time for this dragon fight as well. Breath of Life comes on through. Doesn't mean all that much in the grand scheme of things. TP away to top side. Man advantage secured. Not for the 4v4, but the teleport might be a little early here. Public execution doesn't hit onto him. That leaves Solo Kill in a bit of a dire strait. Soul Flare onto Tarzan. Drops him low. But again, the Sundered Sky will be a bit tankier than you think he is. Needs a bit more damage. Poke continues to fly. Leave can look to play this one out. They're going to try and get this dragon secured. Fight afterwards. Jump into the backside. Shanks the stolen lightning crash. Burns everyone down. Renata in the end of the one that brings down her fellow Zornite. Doombeat can look for a Soul Flare perhaps. Chain Lash. Scary. Tries to put it up the tether. Can't quite find it. At least a full combo. And Flandre, despite what looked like a potentially ill-advised teleport, gets the opportunity to shove in. Claim that turret. A low of the plates. Another wave. 50 CS up. A greedy moment. One that evened up the numbers in the river, but one that in the end has paid dividends to anyone's legends. They are now 4,000 gold up. Team fight win. Dragon and turret. That's a big swing. They played for everything and got it. Herald up now. Be a bounty for NIP, who are really falling behind this game now. Yes, you've got the Zeri. Yes, you've got the scaling. You need another item on the Zeri. Then maybe you can start to look to come back. On to the Herald we go. That'll be Tarzan's for sure. Future Strength picked up with that turret take topside by Flandre, who, again, he's not been on screen that much, but he is very, very fed right now on this Jace. Leave. Low. Would have been low if that shield hadn't come through. I overspoke. $2.4k gold ahead. 60 CS up or so as well. Yeesh. Here's the way I'll put that. Herald now dropped. Into the mid lane it goes. No real way to stop it. That means turret falls as well. NIP. What are you going to do? At some point, got to get ready to go. I'm assuming leave. He's been sat on these daggers for a long time. Be edging towards a hurricane soon. And not quite. Zeal. Another 1,000 or so gold, I'm imagining. So, do we have anything to be done yet until that hurricane comes on through for NIP? Not really. Problem is, unlike last game, I will have actually accelerated. My days. That was a lot harder to say than it should have been. Flandre. Ghost Blade. Proc. Slow by the smite. Flashes away. Permafrost and the Glacial Prism wide. Oh, Aki. You gotta hit that. Should be able to get the turret. Bot lane, we now come in with a teleport, looking to try and shove this very aggressive. With the 3 grubs, they can get rid of this very fast indeed. It's gone. Not that much to be said. Again, Solo will at least get that top lane tier 1. That's a bounty, but it's the trade for the tier 2. Not exactly the biggest win in the world, that. Poking some sticks into a cannon minion. Does so. Successfully. The Water Dragon we go. 4 kills in 19 minutes. We had this the last time as well, unfortunately for NIP. I don't know how easy it's going to be for them to come back from this deficit. There's the second item for Zeri. Praise be. And that could give them the license to go. They will need to find a team fight where Zeri absolutely annihilates the enemy. That has to be the game. Has to be. If it doesn't happen, game gets tricky. Shanks potentially being run. There's a good ward there by that fallen turret to spot where Shanks is. Atacon spawning. Is Stormbound. Anyone's legend doing it on spawn. Alright, here we go. Dragon was also taken by them. Don't think they're going to be here quite in time with the Ren stacks in. Handshake comes on through. Can look for the smite by Keeper's Verdict. Denies any attempt at an actual steal. For all it would have been a bit of a flip. Baron not up yet, obviously, but a very rapid Atacon take helps empower everything they already have. That is 40 petals to 3, by the way. Oh, no. Flandre is very scary this game. 2.5 items on this chase already. Muramana transformation completed. Steel caps into the Zeri and the Ambessa for good order. Magic damage this game is a bit limited, right? It's Sejuani and Karma. And they come towards this tier 2 top side. NIP trading up for tier 1 on the other side. We saw that the last time, but again, tier 2s, even with bounties, still an upwards trajectory for anyone's legend. It's slow, measured, considered. Difficult stuff here now for NIP. They have to get something here. And I just don't know how easy that's going to be. I really don't. They don't win the side lanes. The team fights would have been doable from a lesser gold differential. We haven't seen a team fight in a very long... Hell, we've not seen violence in a very long time. Do NIP just give up another dragon and say, look, we will play for soul. Until then, Zeri is scaling. Because that is an option for them, in fairness. Jace now has a third item. Ugh. One way to manage all the Karma Shields and the Milio. Serpent's Fang. Minute until next dragon. And anyone's legend again. This is a team who, for all they're 11-4, we've had our eyebrow raised at this team. They are simultaneously capable of being the best team in the LPL with really good mid-game macro that pulls people around, and they were very astute at lane assignment and all these things. And sometimes their early games can just fall apart and their jungle support go from being the best in the league to being absolutely awful. Couple very bad series a week or two ago from Tarzan and Kael that made sure the rest of the team was falling apart. And this team is so reliant on Kael and Tarzan to be a deadly force, to set up for that mid-game push and pull they so love to go for. This game is exactly that, right? It's been very difficult for NIP to find their way back in. 30 seconds on Dragon. Are NIP going to want to contest this? You have the option to play for Infedge on Zeri and then go. I don't actually know how wise that would be, but it is worth saying it's an option. Here we go onto the dragon, and yeah, they just don't want to fight it. Thought so. Infedge play it is then. Also worth noting, Toembi has gone towards the AP combo with the Malignant into the Horizon focus. More poke, more power, and of course your skills are empowered by AP, so not the end of the world, but not going to be providing pure enchanter power with things like a Moonstone Renewer or the like. Leaving that side of the build towards the Milio. Versus the Soul AP, you do actually need to do some damage this game. Morning, Derek. Good to see you. So, Aki's got a Heartsteel with no stacks at 25 minutes. Oh, God. That's how little they've been fighting. It's not done anything, but they are going to have to fight around Baron. They don't have the Infinity Edge on Zeri, but they may just be forced to contest this regardless. Aki has Flash on the right side of the pit to make this interesting. Shanks coming down from that mid lane. Got the shove up. Leave not here yet. Aki available to get over the wall. He's going to try and smite it away. Can't quite do it. Hostile takeover was good. Prevented too much follow-up. Smite secured by Ale. They had the Kalista Rend on top of it all. Look for the steal. Couldn't find more. Well, there's the Baron. On to the Gromp we go. That's it. That's the excitement, guys. 4-0 in 26 minutes. There's nothing happening. Nothing at all. How are we doing, chat? You having some fun? If you're... Still no stacks on the Heartsteel, by the way. Baron given up. I know they tried to contest for it. In fairness, it wasn't like they weren't there. Infinity Edge is now done for Leave. Can you, with the Infedge, find a way to come back into this game? Keep his verdict. Well, that sentence was put onto another court. Sentence commuted. Ooh, that shock blast hurts. Ow. Leave throws down Ultra Shock Laser. Won't find too much more. In they go. Leave presses the R button. Got a cozy campfire on top of it. But again, he's not really healing all that much yet. He's gone towards raw damage, and I don't blame him. But if he keeps getting hit by this poke, then he won't be able to play the game. And that's now no lightning crash. Shanks, with the dregs of this Baron, going to try and break the inhibitor turret down. Inhibitor after an opportunity. Leave. Ultra Shock Laser comes down again. Solo kill, doing his best to keep Shanks accountable. 8,000 gold lead with only 4 kills. This has been a slow grind, folks. Minute until the dragon. That would be sole point for anyone. So you know what they really need? With Poke, with Callista, with Silas, and hell, even Renato is giving you a bay like Ocean Soul. That sounds like a really fair and balanced soul to give this team. Aki's level 13, or level 12 going on 13. I mean, wow. Flandre's very scary. I mean, at least Leave is getting donated all the gold in the world. He's actually got a minor gold lead. Going towards Lord Doms next. Has, I think, will have 100% crit at this point with the Noon Quiver and close to it at the very least. So this Zeri, if she gets to team fight, will be very scary. No! No, no, no! You can't afford to wait that long. Leave does survive, though. Good luck to go in. Another shield. Another moment. Leave gets to survive. They tried to jump her and all of the Enchanter heals. Scary. The problem is the rest of the fight is so desperately desperate. He needs to say desperate a few times more. Leave survives. Oh, my days. Breath of Light, Flash, Heal, Ult. All of the flashes but PP God's down. In a 3v5, I'm still going to look for Soul. Aki can come and try and steal this. They need to get over. They had to reset. Dragon's taking Souls down. Okay, 2 down for Soul. Okay for anyone's legend. Tarzan finds a really good angle because Leave was down at 50% HP because that Shock Blast landed. But there is the Cleanse, the Flash. Courtesy, of course, of Milio pressing R. And Hope tried to get the reset on Leave and couldn't because of the barrier. And I think he ended up flashing into Solo Kill's Cunning Swipe. Enough damage there to bring down the Callista. That was really close to Hope breaking the back end of the fight. Now Shank's actually in danger. Rocket Bolt out of the Ultra Shock Laser, but that's giving a lot of power for Leave to go on forward. Flash away. No Spark Surge. A flash off the Silas is a big one. Four kills to 2 in 31 minutes. That is a very slim game. Well, Lord Dominic's regards now done for Leave. The post's been quite slow this game. Could be mine finally being sent. With this Zeri, there is some hope. There is. You've got Enchanter items. Double Enchanter. 4 items on a Zeri, who would use level 16 and then be absolutely nightmarish. Not be far off. Half a level. Work here, I think, to be done. 4 minutes until Elder. Baron is up. Mid lane pressure being looked at. Leave chunked again. This Jace is so annoying. That 4th item is meaning every time Leave gets tagged, he's losing half his HP bar. Out onto Aki. Blocked by the Steadfast Presence. Glacial Prison down to Hope, who is cleansed out by the Mikhails. Shank's looking for an angle. What ult is he going to hijack? A few good ones here. Public Execution, Glacial Prison, Lightning Crash. Scary charges the wall, leave immediately. Forced to be cleansed by the ult from Milio. Turns it around with the Lightning Crash, but that's a big set of cooldowns burn ahead of Baron. Another good charge into the wall from Tarzan as Flandre lands a shot blast onto PP. God, he's going to add some big damage numbers after this game. Baron's up. They'll turn onto it. No one's dead. You will have Callista end. Soul Flare lands. They're just giving it up. Play for Elder instead. We've had more entertaining League of Legends games. This series, even. NIP, what do you do from here? Let this Zeri hit people, I guess, is the answer. She got the 2 kills. Got a 2k ahead. No, 4.5 items. My days. Shock Blast don't hurt quite so much against Sejuani. Handshake, though, a little bit scary for a second or two there. Shanks pops the Edge of Night onto Solo Killer's gone towards that item to manage some of the poke. Some of the pick. Seal the deal. What an amount. Doomby eats a Shock Blast. Zeri has got 16. Rank 3 ultimate, the Lightning Crash. Now full-fledged Thunderstorm. Will need to be, if they want any chance of turning this game around. 34 minutes in, there is always a chance because Elder becomes a flip option. They break the inhibitor in mid, that's about it. It's not absolutely critical damage, for all it is a good breach in the base defenses. 35 minutes of conceding every objective for Zeri, scaling the Elder flip. Exactly. You get the game plan. In fairness, Zeri just picked up her final item. Bloodthirster in. You don't get much more Zeri than this. If you can't end from this position anyhow, then things are going to be problematic. There is now a deliberate win con here for NIP. The Zeri just needs a good fight. Remember that one fight where they tried to pick her off and she didn't die? Yeah. She's got flash barrier and a lot of tools behind her to keep her up. Leave, not taking quite as much damage as he wants to with that Bloodthirster shield doing some work. And the Karma shields. And the Milio with the Cozy Campfire. Shanks eats an Ultra Shock Laser. On to Elder we go. Leave eats another Shock Blast. Stolen ult. Lightning Crash. Leave. Still the main offender here. I think AL might have lent it too long. I'm not going to lie. I think this is a playable fight for NIP. Keeper's Verdict. Lands on it to Zeri, who's taken away. Goes away from the back line. They're going to keep the double enchanters away from Leave. Elder now coming on down. They've lost their jungle, lost their top lane. A critical Keeper's Verdict. Doomby flashing away. Finally got the double enchanters. Leave has to find value here. Doomby's gone. Elder's on top. Slide over the wall with the spark surge. The other enchanter's gone. Leave alone. No backup, no army. Must perform the 1v5 of his lifetime with no ults and a hope and nothing else. Unfortunately, look who's on the other team. The other AD carry stole his hope. Flandre gets that kill. Anyone's legend will put this game to rest. NIP tried to play for the turtle, for the scaling. And a Keeper's Verdict breaks the phalanx apart. Both enchanters decoupled from the AD carry. The top jungle left out to fend for themselves, and the wolves are oh so hungry. Low action. But I don't think anyone's edge will care all that much. It's a win for them. Nice stuff. So, we had a very weird mix of games, didn't we? Started off with a bloodbath. Second game was slow into an absolutely insane late game, and the game 3 was snooze fest. Hate to say it. Hate to say it was a snooze fest. We all know it. Ooh. Time to watch TT versus WE. Hell yeah. Let's drop that volume down a little bit. It's only the first series. Yeah, there's more to go. Quick heads up before we go any further. Hello, I'm Initialise. I cast League of Legends here, the LPL here, with Nymaera, whose channel you're on. Pretty much every damn day of the week we cast onto the twitch.tv/Nymaera_, onto the YouTube of Nymaera's, and of course over on Anivia's YouTube as well. A pleasure having you all here. We basically do this by ourselves because there is no longer any official broadcast. It is co-streams or bust here, which means we are reliant on all of you back home to support us in doing stuff. So if you can like, if you can comment, if you can subscribe on the Twitch, hell, if you can on the YouTube, if you can comment and subscribe to the important one on the Twitch, that would be incredibly valuable. Thank you, Wayne Grumpy, for that gifted sub. Twitch Primes here make a huge difference. Consider dropping them here if you've got that capability. You've got that £5 or so extra. Please do consider supporting us here on the channel. It makes a huge difference in terms of our ability to keep bringing you all of the Chinese LPL action. We love you all back there. So, with that in mind, need to keep a quick eye on what we're going to do for the next series, because we won't be able to do all of it at the very least, because we've got content that needs working. I need to have a quick chat with Alex and see what our plans will be, because it might be that we need to send you over to another channel to keep up the LPL streak alive while we are unfortunately not able to do the second series. We might be able to do the first game, depending on how things look. I'll have a chat with Al now and see what he feels like is the best option. So give me a second or two, and I'll run some ads while we're at it. All right, folks. So, decision has been made. We'll check out who the MVP stuff is, and then we'll probably send you all over to Kitty, I think is probably who we'll send you over to. We'll give her a bit of a boost and say hello. She's in Europe at the minute as well, so it's cool to support our content creators in the same time zone a little bit occasionally as well. Kitty, of course, former LPL cast, former LCO cast, a good friend of mine, Alex. She's a lovely, lovely human. We'll make sure to give her a bit of love after this, and do send our haze when we send you over in a minute or two. And wait for this ad break to end, and we'll make sure that happens. Yeah, again, sorry guys, we can't do the second series today, basically because we are booked in to do some content that we can't talk about. You'll see it when you see it, and we'll make sure it gets posted and stuff. But we're just not allowed to do that at the minute. So just let you know, that's where we are. We've got other bits of work. Welcome to the life of a caster. Super secret, all that stuff. So yeah, we'll figure it out. And we'll go from that one. But yeah, it's a pleasure having you all in here. Thank you for the gift sub, by the way, Mecha, to JBjorg. Making sure they're part of the community again. Secrets, yeah, we have a few of them, apparently. And again, do not take any of that for granted. You really are doing wonders here, keeping us all in business. And Mecha, of course, the great oiler in chat, looking after us. Salmon likes for international super spies? We couldn't comment. Couldn't comment. But there we go. Do we know who got MVP? I'm assuming. Actually, I don't know this game. I think Tarzan probably, right? Shanks had a decent-ish game. But I think Tarzan found some really big moments. Flandre also, not to put too fine a point on it, just smashed the lane. Became a really, really big menace. I could see a couple people. It wasn't that exciting a game, really. It was just a clean sweep. Not yet. Okay, see who the MVP is then. NIP could be a top 3 team if they had a better jungle. I think Aki is struggling, yeah. I mean, honestly, let's have a look at this. So MVP's coming on him. It is Flandre. That's fair. He really, really smashed the lane, landed a lot of good poke later. Massive individual lead. I think that's fair. It probably would have been who I voted for, honestly. Tarzan had some good engages too. But I think it probably was Flandre who was the one who was the most consistent this game. Not that there was that much excitement to be had, really. So there you go. Figured it would be Tarzan for the ult. Yeah. Yeah, that ult was really good. But I think Flandre in general just did a lot of work. He did smash that team fight. Landed lots of good shock blasts. Good for him. Right then, guys. That does mean, however, YouTube, we are going to have to say goodbye to you. Pleasure. Anivia, we are also going to have to say goodbye to you as well because we are going to be sending people off to another location because we are unable, unfortunately, to keep streaming the second season. Yes, I'm going to do that. Don't worry out. So a pleasure, guys. Thank you for hanging out. We will be back when we can as we keep going. Nice, I know. I know. I don't have the webpage open. Oh, do you not? Oh. Is that not it here?
No, it's not. That's my one. Okay, turn the camera. I can sort that up.
Okay. Don't mind. You sure? That's fine.
So the login stuff. Okay. That's fine then. Alright, well, thank you, everyone.
And we'll see you